Whispered promises straight to my heart. I'd never noticed, but you were never there, you were never there. Hey, you gave me roses, set me apart. All I feel was bliss, but you were never there, you were never there. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Maybe just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think you better run, I swear. Follow you no matter where. Think you better run, I swear. Down in empty streets, looking for joy. I don't wanna admit I'm better on my own, better on my own. You say we're not meant for each other. I'm not sure of this. I won't give up on this, I won't give up. Cause I don't wanna be hate, like the one to flee, like the one to leave. I never surrender, but ever remember my lover. Did you give up on me? Have you never learned a lesson? Sorry, I will never be, even if you're the one you wanna see. Think it better go someplace I don't know, cause I got your picture on my mind. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Maybe just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think you better run, I swear. Follow you no matter where. Think you better run, I swear.
With frogs, cold night in the winter, how cold. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, yeah. The end, got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me. Hanging in the corner with a nosebleed. High on whatever they sold me. That's the old me, yeah. 6 years later trying to find me. Still trying to figure out the line piece. Looking for the love inside me, inside me. sense that you can't confess. I'm just your ghost if we're not undressed. A part of me wish that we never met, but you act like we never. Got too wasted in the bathroom of your parents' house. Then you kissed me in the backseat of a taxi ride. And we said things that were cheesy, but we meant them. There were feelings, and now you deny it. You're in love with the idea of me, but you're not in my reality. Find it hard to leave my picture in, 'cause my reality is your reality. No.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. We got more 5v5 1v1 duels on the day with my boy G. How you doing? Let's slide you over to the side. How are you guys doing? We got more duels on the day. PvP trinket recently got nerfed. Some of you guys might even have some tier sets for the evening. How many of y'all even got a tier set, man? I haven't gotten a single piece. We've done full normal up to Anduin. Gonna be working on heroic this weekend, which I might stream. It looks like Sunday, Monday is what we'll be doing. A lot of our a lot of our raids. So I might stream those depending how I'm feeling that day. But honestly, it's a tough fight. Hard fight. I think it's really well tuned. I think we're definitely struggling doing the fight right, but it's so good at the same time. I can't wait for the mythic version. It so far has been really, really fun. I actually enjoyed a lot of the fights in this raid so far. I wonder how they'll feel, 50 times you do them, 100 times you do them, doing them for a couple of months. I wonder if it'll get boring at some point. I'm sure it will. But I wonder how I just wonder how it's going to feel after we do this multiple times, because at first you like fights and then it's like, this could be really boring. Another fights you're like, you know what, that was kind of cool, but then the more you do it, the better it feels and the better it gets. And I'm pretty sure they're going to all get easier once we get our tier sets and double Legos. That's going to feel really weird. Like some of these fights are probably going to be a real pushover once you get tier sets and double Legos. How you boys doing? Welcome back to another stream. We got more 5v5 1v1s on the way. Let me get the music back up and running. Boys, EU, hope you guys are ready for some 5v5. So we got a chat. We got ourselves D Woods, Winter, Sir Cal, Jesus, Barry Van, D Wood, Image, Dan the Man, Evalia, Mick. How you guys all doing? Welcome back. Hope you guys are ready for some duels, man. I've been waiting for these for a while. I'm super, super excited. I want to see how many of y'all got your tier sets. And I want to see which classes are doing really well now. I think a lot more classes that like damage might actually do extremely well with that new PvP trinket. They nerfed that thing, by the way, the grenade trinket, the cosmic trinket. There's likelihood, if you're playing arenas, you've been facing against the trinket. You're not even facing classes, you're just facing trinkets at this point. And everybody got that grenade trinket, bro. Everybody. They nerfed it, but I still think it's really, really good. I could be wrong, but we'll see in arena. Sure you will too. Yeah, skip it to EU and do it NA, right? Nah, I don't know about that, Winter. I don't know about that, man. We gotta do Friday EU, dude. We gotta do Friday EU. I can't skip my EU boys at all, man. I can't skip. Zul'Aman lockout will be 3 days. Wait, Zul'Aman released on TBC? Or wasn't Zul'Aman like TB? Was Zul'Aman lockout would be 3 days in Burning Crusade. Blizzard has clarified the lockout for Zul'Aman will be 3 days as long as current public test in Realm. Wait, is Zul'Aman a TBC content or was Zul'Aman classic vanilla content? Am I wrong on that or am I wrong on that? I think I'm just wrong. Alrighty, gang, let's hop on the spectator character. I gotta actually play like an EU character so I can hang out with you guys. What's up, Dell? What's up, G? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a wonderful evening, my man. New YouTube members, lol, WTF. Yeah, well, I see that you're membership shows up here. I don't know about new, but it shows up at the beginning. I don't know if it shows up with the alert or anything. I'm not seeing a Streamlabs alert or nothing like that. But I do see, I do recognize him, my guy. I do recognize him. So the question is, oh, there we go. I was going to say, the question is, why am I not seeing the game yet? The trinket was OPSL. So what they did with that trinket is they nerfed it by 18%, I believe. Jesus, ready? They got a group. Awesome. I saw Central starting to put one together. All the Slavic boys are putting one together, man. That's awesome to see. Zulgarub Zulfarak Vanilla Zulamanus TBC. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. So I guess like it was like, I guess in Classic you like invaded and fought the trolls. And then it's like in TBC you're like in the Burning Crusades, you know, fighting space demons. And then Zulfarak is like, wait, forgot about trolls. We're back, by the way. Isn't that the guy that's like the one-hander dude? Because I never played back Zulaman or Zul, none of them, ever. That's back in the day. And honestly, I was going to play Classic originally with the Season of Mastery. Me and Kren were originally leveling together, but then we haven't really touched it since. I think we were doing that, and then 915 came out as a patch, and then 9.2 was on PTR pretty early on. So I basically got really, really busy with that. But originally, the plan was to play some Classic back in the day. And if you guys haven't seen, if you guys haven't heard, Wrath Classic might be on its way. Apparently there's already some game files with Wrath Classic. I think it's like some UI files or whatever it's called. Hold on, I can pull it up. I can pull it up. It's like, it's called glue something. Something glue. It makes no sense, but give me a second. As soon as I find it. Wrath of a Lich King interface files. There it is. Yeah, so they got interface Wrath, frame XML bindings, glue XML. I don't know what that is. Glue buttons. There's glue. Characters create, glue XML. Again, I don't know what the glue XML is. Maybe that's like part of the background, part of the backbone of how World of Warcraft operates in general. But apparently it's all being held up with... Some people said the game was held up with popsicle sticks and glue because of so many different bugs in the game. You know, a lot of the spaghetti code and whatnot. So maybe they literally do add some glue, like some... like maybe the code is literally held together by like code glue and code popsicle sticks, for all we know. Let's start it up right now. How you doing, my dude? What's up, Sir Cal? I'm doing fantastic, my guy. I got some coffee in me. I had some lunch. I'm ready for some 5V5 1v1 duels. I can't wait, man. I want to see how many of you guys got your tier sets. And how many people got their gear, what trinkets everybody's running. I'm expecting everybody to be tossing grenades left and right. I'm expecting everybody saving trinkets for the grenade trinket. Because otherwise you're just dead. Which will be very, very unfortunate. The Frenchie, like this man's right here, already got his helm. That's not even PvP helm, just a PvE one. I do like that Demon Hunter mask though. It looks kind of neat. Actually, I kind of like the aesthetic of a lot of the gear from this raid. I wonder what other aesthetic from like future expansions we might be able to get. You know? I'm really excited that they brought back tier sets though. I did not get a single piece of tier set. I was hoping maybe I'll get the Anduin helm or something. I was hoping Halandra's legs or maybe the gloves from Lehuvium. Nothing. Just didn't get lucky. We're still yet to slay Anduin heroic. He is pretty tough. I don't know if we'll be able to do it this week. We're hoping we're able to. I might do some mythic pluses before we do some Anduin over the weekend, because I think we're coming back Sunday and Monday. And if I can get a helm from there, that'd be great. Grenade nerfed 18% and can't crit anymore. I've still seen a lot of people using it for arenas. So I think the damage, even though it got nerfed by 18%, is probably going to be still really, really high. It's just the trinket was one-shotting. I mean, trinket was doing like 40% of someone's health. But it's doing 21k right now. That is still like a third of someone's health. That is a lot. Sentry, ready to go? Alright, boys, you got two groups ready to go for some 5v5 1v1 duels. Nachal, no Pakar, Nikovon yet. Oh, never mind. Sentry started a group, but he doesn't have one? I thought he had one. If you guys want to join a 5v5 1v1 duels group, I guess you should also post exactly how to join in the chat. Here we go. I forgot about that completely. I'm pretty sure it's gonna help at least somebody out. But since you got a group, trying to form a group together, trying to look for more EU boys to join in the 5v5 1v1 action. So if you guys want to join in, Central, let me show you how to do it in just a second. Just to make sure I'm all good on my end. Sorry, doing some background stuff. I'm still waiting for the Duels video to get uploaded and whatnot. Or rather processed and anything. But yeah, we got groups ready to go. Player versus player, premier group, custom PvP. Find a group on you feel, just look up. I guess you type in 5 because I see Sentry because I have them added on Real ID. If you guys want to find Sentry's group, just type in number 5 in the search for custom PvP, hit enter, and make sure you have all your filters on just to be able to find as many groups possible. We got Sentry looking for more horror boys to join the 5v5 1v1 groups. If you guys are more than welcome to join in, by the way. What's up, Outload? How you doing, my guy? Hope you are having a good one, my man. So we got Sentry looking for 3 more boys over on the Horde side. Jesus already got a group of Slavic boys over on the Team Alliance, I believe. Unless you swapped groups. Possibly. I've noticed there's a lot more. We've been having a lot easier time getting a group together. I guess it's not quite true because last week, Chicago was able to get an alliance group together. 5v5 duels. But I noticed we would get more consistently EU alliance boys than NA alliance boys. Yo, patch 9.25 can't come out soon enough. The cross-faction gameplay is going to be so good. Yeah, there are some bosses in a raid coming down to Deep Sin Arena. Let's go, Outload. More than welcome to join us, my guy. Yeah, we got a group available right now. Central looking for more Hordes. And I guess you would look up an alliance for Jesus' team if you want to join him on Team Alliance. Yeah, I don't have the 280 GPU before. Didn't you have a 280? No, only 260 Super. So I used to have a 970 in my old rig, and then I was like, you know what, I need an upgrade for a full computer. I don't know if I decided just to buy a pre-build, so now I have a 260 Super. I don't have a 280. No, I should have a 260 Super. It should be in the description. I don't know if it will show up or not, but it should hopefully show up, right? I might need to update it. But it's doing 21k right now. It's still good. Yeah, it is still a really, really good trinket. They're just trying to make it less bursty. I think there were certain classes, like, I think for shamans, they technically do more damage with their crits. So if the trinket crits for them, I think that ends up benefiting them greatly. But yeah, it really all depends on what class uses it. Because I think for classes like mages, Combust made it so that it's 100% crit chance. If you play Outlaw with between the eyes debuff, and you roll the right buff with roll the bones, I think it also makes it basically 100% chance. I could be wrong on that one though. I could be very, very wrong. But yeah, we'll get the duels up and running as soon as we get some groups, boys. Sentry looking for 2 more. You got Azrael in the group. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yo, if you guys got friends, if you guys got guildies that want to join the 5v5 1v1 duels, they're more than welcome to. The description says 980. Does it really? Okay, well, I need to go update the description of the streams then going forward. Yeah, it should be 2060 Super. So there's a good chance that the streams that have it wrong info. Should I go update it right now? That's why I asked. Yeah, I'll need to go look up exactly what my full rig is, like what my full details of all my parts is, and I'll need to go and update it little by little myself. But yeah. Just need 2 more boys for Team Sentry, and we're good to go 5v5 1v1 duels, boys. We should be getting double Legos soon, shouldn't we be? So Shaman heal with the Earth Totem Lego, a Night Fae bomb trinket totally wrecked. Heal the Earth Totem Lego with the Night Fae bomb. Wait, you mean as a with the Earthquake Lego? With the Earthquake Lego? The Earth Elemental Earthquake Lego? Yeah, that's really, really good. That's a lot of damn. That's a lot of damage together because you got constant damage from the earthquakes, and you got the Night Fae for the burst, which is actually quite a lot of damage. Like if you can stun somebody in place for a second, or if you just have your rogue or a warrior stun them in place, you throw the trinket on them, Night Fae at the same time. Like if they don't escape, they're done. They're cooked. Wait, Sentry got a 5-man? Let's go, boys. We got ourselves 2 groups of 5-man Sentry, as well as Jesus, the 2 Slav boys put a group together. Let's get it both in here, man. We got Sentry, and Jesus. Get it both in here for some 5v5 1v1 duels, and the duel video is processed. Took a bit, but it's actually here. Let me set it up to release 15 minutes from now. Let's do the 15 minutes from now. Alrighty, boys. First duels of the 5V5 1v1s of the day. Do I have the song added in the duels mix, by the way? I kind of want to. I think it works out pretty well. Like, I gotta do a better job of looking at some of these duel songs for NCS and add more of them into the duels mix. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them are actually really, really good. How's this one feeling? Am I feeling this one? Yeah, that'll work. I think it'll be fine. Alright, switch. We got us a team 2 together with Fassel on that Demonology Warlock. We got Jesus on the Unholy DK with Kiosk. Ooh, Kiosk got his new set of gear. 1800 set, no helm though. Ava Maria returns as a Retribution Paladin, as well as Telrion as a Night Elf. Fury Warrior and Night Elf. I like it. With Fassel gonna be first up. And Circle with a dono. Didn't write a message, but can we get hashtag Sir Cal in chat? Showing out. Appreciate you for the donation, my man. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate you, my guy. Yo, can we boys get a hashtag Sir Cal in chat? Showing appreciation for wonderful dono. Thank you so much, my man. Over on team 1, we get Yasser Shot Love. Gonna be up first. Getting stunned up by Fassel. Is gonna go for the trick and summoning up a full Tyrant. Fassel could be under a ton of pressure as soon as the Tyrant rounds the bed. Gonna be the stun from the pet. Silencing Fassel. The Tyrant, I think, getting 1 cast in there, maybe 2. It looks like Yassi is having to back up for a second. This is gonna be a Fellord coming down, I think, on top of Fassel. Fassel using a Fellord more defensively. Yassi backing up out of there just to make sure he's all good to go. Fassel is starting to get some of his pets rounded up, getting his own Tyrant marching towards Yassi. And I think Yassi hit the Tyrant with a Curse of Exhaustion just to line aside that thing to not touch it. Gonna be Fassel. I think Fassel's the one dropping down the big explosive trick. It's gonna be interrupted to Fassel. He's trying to set up for himself the Necrolord Bolt with the decimating setup. Yassi using a different trinket though. Instead, he's using a magic damage reduction trinket, reducing a lot of the magic damage. I think for like a minute. Yassi tried to set up a Decimate Bolt. Fassel with a wall. Yassi tried to go for instant cast. And there's going to be some Decimate Bolt set up by Fassel as well. Get some big damage for Yassi. Does he have any big go? Gonna be the Obelisk down for Fassel. Suspense should be a little bit more amped up, ready to go. Yassi taking the port, backing up out of there. Fassel going for a fear into a banish onto the pet while he's behind the pillar. Yassi just trying to recuperate his own army of demons. Go for Handigal Dons. A little bit of drain of life. Fassel not really looking all that good. He got a dark back covering a majority of his health bar, but his health himself is actually quite behind. Sun onto Fassel with a port by Yassi on top of Fassel right now. Does he have a second sun to go? Fassel out in the middle of the open. Yassi getting stunned up. Fassel is on the defensive. He has all these demons attacking him. He better get a defensive Mortar Call onto the Felguard. It is very, very short, but he does need it just for a heal. And that's going to be some Handigal Duns, maybe a Decimating Bolt. Potentially one of the pets could be low on health and could get the big execute damage onto Yassi. Looks like it was a bit of damage, but Yassi had plenty of defense. He barely took damage from those Decimating Bolts, or rather Demon Bolts empowered by Decimating. Fassel getting blasted out as Yassi walks by him, hits him with the Demon Bolt, gets out of there, going for the reset behind the pillar as Telrion charging out, immediately getting hit with a Curse of Exhaustion, slowing down this warrior's approach. Blade Storm onto Yassi, summons up trying to summon up a Tyrant. He has at least one Decimate Bolt instant cast ready to go for Telrion. If you can get some Demon Doggers in there, Mortar Call, gonna be fearing all those pets. The Tyrant stops in place. Telrion finally gets an opportunity to get some damage to Yassi. Could potentially be a fear, trying not to get interrupted. Not gonna be a pummel out of Telrion. Looks like he backs up out of there completely as soon as the Tyrant is back up, awake from his fear. And Telrion looking for that full reset behind the pillar, just trying to see if he can chop down the pets. Go for a couple of Raging Blows and Rage Regeneration, and Yassi at a distance, just trying to wait for Telrion to approach him. Trying to make sure there's this maximum distance away between him and the warrior stun as the warrior charges out, getting hit with an Axe Toss Fear by Yassi. Gonna be the warrior breaking out of the fear with his Zerka's Rage. Yassi trying to see if he can blast him out with a couple of Demon Bolts. It is looking for a full reset. Big port away, and Telrion is starting to actually really take a bit of damage. That was his wreck. Wants to go for big damage, but he has nothing to really hit with that recklessness. What Covenant is Telrion playing? That is my question. We haven't seen the banner. We haven't seen the spear. Haven't seen the knockdown or soul shape just yet. Potentially Venthyr maybe? I haven't seen Condemn at all. I feel like we would have been seeing that a little bit easier here. So I think might still be Night Fae going for the big knockdown as soon as he enrages. And Telrion is waiting out behind the pillar, taking its sweet, sweet time. Trying to wait for some cooldowns to come back. Trinket back up very, very soon. Reckless is back up very soon as well. And yes, he's swinging around the side. Not seeing Talaran. He got himself full Fleshcraft ready to go for Talaran. He's going to be trying to see if he can resummon a new full Wrathguard. Stopping himself in place. Going to be that board as soon as Talaran charges out. The Warrior's limited on ability. It's going to be a big leap over to Yasuo. With a Blaze Storm, breaking him out of that slow. Of course, with exhaustion. Going to be a fear out of Yasuo trying to set it up. Trying to avoid the interrupt by Talaran. Going to be the trinket to remove some of the match damage from Talaran. Not really sure what he could really stop. I guess a lot of the covered abilities are match damage. Except for the banner, which is just straight up above. Talaran super low in health. Getting hit with big decimate bolts. Could be big execute damage. Reflected one of the zero bolts. Not reflected the second one. Massive healing as he's getting blasted up by his pets. Gonna be that enraged generation trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Yasuo actually having to go for a little bit of health funnel for his pet. Just so that thing doesn't die. He's gonna be sending more demon dogs at Talaran from around the corner. It looks like the Wrathguard, one of the Wrathguards is gonna be going down. I think it might be the extra bonus summon Wrathguard. Or is it the main Wrathguard by Talaran? I think that was a bonus Wrathguard. I think it was the Felguard that's a summon, but the Wrathguard is the base pet. Talaran with a Reflect. It's going to be big. Night Fade knockdown. Trinkets out of this just to get the pressure rolling. The Night Fade knockdown is going to disrupt Yasuo as he's trying to get some fears on Talaran. Another knockdown by the Agent Aftershock. Finally able to walk out of the Aftershock. Talaran charging back in, not letting Yasuo get a reset. Big board by Yasuo. Does he go for the leap? Could potentially be a portal to the personal lock gate for lock portal for Yasuo with a flash gun to try to catch up. Quick pummel to interrupt the shielding. And Yasuo using whatever instant cast he's got to try to deal with Talaran fear. No way to Zerker Rage out of it. Is trying to get some drain, life, health, funnel, health siphon from the warrior. So far, the Talaran so far has been able to just battle out Yasuo. So far, he's been able to play toe-to-toe with him. But Yasuo is just unkillable. This man just got so many defenses behind him. He got all these pets, all that CC, and he's really making the game slowly but surely climb into that dampener. What's all up, baby? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Talaran is going to have to recuperate on some cooldowns as well. For Yasuo, the longer he waits, the better it is for him. Might be able to refresh a fresh new Fleshcraft, unless he just did that just now. Wall coming back slowly but surely. He got the big Tyrant play. As long as he can find a way to get Talaran low enough, at least about half health, he can hit him with a massive Decimating Bolt, summon up a big Tyrant. The Demon Bolt should do a ton of damage. Just to wait out until the Blade Storm is over. While the Warrior's Blade Storming, there isn't really much you can do. Wait, Talaran actually focusing down on the Obelisk. He just used a Raging Blow just to take that thing out. Yo, that is just enough. We're gonna be big Tyrant. Decimating Bolt's not enough. Talaran might be in trouble. Shadow Bolt is gonna be kind of go down. Potentially Fear. Talaran does get hit for the Fear. The pets are back on him. The Tyrant, is the Tyrant still gone? No, the Tyrant is trying to make it over back to Talaran, but he can't really do it. The Tyrant fades away. Potentially, maybe Yasuo could go for some Demon Bolts. He needs to get the procs of instant cast Demon Bolts if possible. Big Demon Bolts to Talaran, trying to get himself a lot of healing. Big Night Fade down for Yasuo. Might need to go for a port or something. Needs to get the mobility to get out of there. Gonna be a stun on Talaran. Is near the gateway. Does Talaran have a way to reconnect? Soul shaping over, trying to be attempted to fear by Yasuo. Is getting interrupted on the shadow. That magic heal, that magic absorb trick, it is going to try to help him as best as possible, but with all the physical carnage by Talaran, not much you can really do. And Talaran does end up taking him down. With Douchey gonna be up next. What a name. Big Convoke into Talaran, but whoa! Your Convoke ends up attacking, I think, a little bit to Ave Maria. I think Kiosk as well as the pet. Just being in line of sight of the rest of the team does make that Convoke a little bit less good. So positionals in the dueling arena is going to be extra important. Talaran does survive the Convoke with Incarn, trying to avoid the Boom Kit while Incarnation is still rolling. Douchey does end up charging into a stealth Tiger charge and just bailing. Dash? I think it's Tiger charge whenever you taunt into it. But I think it's dash normally, isn't it? But he does end up bailing out of there, wasting his Incarnation by a few seconds. But he does need to retreat back up. Talaran does dive into stealth though, and since he doesn't really know where the warrior is at, he has a guess more or less. He can't really continue to put pressure on him. The warrior does wait for the druid to approach him. It's going to be Zerker Rage out of that destroyer, and going to be a charge as the druid tried to get away. It's going to be Douchey putting the dots back up on the Talaran. Eventually, he's going to have to figure something out. He probably is playing the 1 minute Convoke. He is trying to max out the damage on Talaran. Going to be reflected the last second. Does Talaran have enough to survive here? It looks like he's doing okay. Does not go for Rage Regeneration just yet. Does go for whatever normal self-healing he got. Going to be a bar skin for Douchey. As he's trying to land a Cyclone on Talaran just to peel this warrior off of his back. Another tip to Cyclone. I don't think Douchey is playing the faster clones. if he isn't running the PvP town for it. Knocked out a douchey. Could be a big execute by the warrior. Cyclone to the warrior. The Night Fade might just end him right here. He's trying to heal it. The Night Fade Aftershock is still doing damage though. He's trying to heal it. Oh, just walk out of the Night Fade Aftershock next time. That walking out of that Night Fade Aftershock is what really set him behind. Because he kept trying to heal, he got a regrowth. Night Fade knocks his health back down and knocks him on the ground. Then he tries to heal again. Night Fade knocks him back down. So you got to walk out of there immediately as soon as you can. The man was just like no health whatsoever. Just an unwinnable situation. Dalaran versus Arhi. Try to see if he can survive the enhancement. Shaman's Burst is going to be a Sunder. Dalaran is going to be caught in the static totem with a stun totem right after. Dalaran could be in a really, really bad spot right now. It does trick it out of the stun totem. And needs to use everything he can just to survive Arhi's damage, because Arhi got plenty of healing. We are getting into that high dampening as we hit in that 10-minute mark. 30% dampening. Dalaran back it up out of there. I'm swapping to the wrong person completely. Sorry for the whiplash, boys. But Dalaran does back up out of there. Ghost rules on him. Ellie Blast slamming into him. He could go for Enraged Regeneration as Arhi just trying to keep the pressure rolling. It's going to be, I think, dropping down the Primordial. Big lightning bolt zaps. It's going to be Dalaran using his defenses with Enraged Regeneration just to see if he can survive. Going to be the Hex out of Arhi as he goes for a Flesh Cap. Shattering Throw just to break through a shield. Going to be that Thunder just to prevent it. The Flesh Cap gets eliminated basically fully with that Shattering Throw. Arhi is kind of exposed, but he has plenty of health, plenty of mana, plenty of Maelstrom generated as he's getting Ghosts in there back to back. Going to be the knockdown by Dalaran. Needs some better defense as he can just to survive this damage. It doesn't have a lot of ways in self-healing. Let's see, maybe has Impending Victory coming up. I think it might be over. And Arhi does end up just absolutely decimating right through him. Arhi is playing the static totem, but he's also playing just like Yasa. That damage reduction shield from any magic damage. Going to be Jesus with a grippy hand, trying to get the big grips back. Yoinks onto Arhi, stunning him down. And trying to see if he can claw him down. Big damage out of the Unholy Death Knight. Absolutely just decimating Arhi. Koopa gonna be trying to skulk around the corner. Got himself the party mog. Ooh, I like the shoulders. I miss those shoulders, man. I haven't used them in a while. Look at his mog. He's got like some Castle Nathra pieces. I think he got some like Legion pieces as well. Got a good mog, dude. A good party red mog. Jesus trying to see if he can get away from Koopa. As the rogue got Adrenaline Rush rolling, just trying to see if he can max out the damage. Has a killing spree in case he wants to chase out. Jesus is going to gouge him before the Death Knight does get behind the pillar. Does he have a stun to follow? Does Jesus have any ways out of it? That's going to be exposure trinket. I think the damage is split between him and the pets, but the Death Knight is going to be going down. Does the trinket split the damage between the Death Knight and the pets, or does it only affect players? Or can pets absorb it, chat? I don't actually remember. Because if it is split, he had his Skulker, he had his main ghoul, so that's like 3 targets that Trinket is splitting damage between, which does reduce his value heavily. Gotta be Ave Maria picking up the eye, trying to get the big open door to Koopa with a tricky gouge before Ave Maria can really land their damage. Kidney shot by the rogue. Blade Flurry, I guess so you could kill the Kevin Slime as well. I guess he has an extra target, only affects the player, so pets don't absorb. Really? I didn't realize that. Koopa with the Cloak of Shadows. Ave Maria trying to keep the pressure on the rogue. Gonna be the quick blind as Ave Maria got himself built up a big wings proc ready to go with the next auto attack. Flash of light ready to go. Koopa hitting him with a sap. This Koopa just trying to sit in stealth, get himself a re-roll for roll the bone, slice, nice rolling. Ave Maria getting sapped out. At least for survival hunters, and I've seen split on pets. Really? Okay, so if it doesn't work in survival, then I doubt it works in anybody else. Ave Maria with big wings proc, big Necrolord burst, and does take the rogue out. Not much you could really do with Sejura charging out, not really letting Ave Maria catch up on the Flesh Cup whatsoever. Last one left, holding the fort over for the Team 1. Ave Maria, hand of freedom, but back it up out of there with a pony, just looking for that reset, trying to get himself a little bit of healing. Sejura trying to max out the damage with them. Big old hammers, reflect available versus Ave Maria as they go for a Shield of Vengeance. Wings up, bubble for Ave Maria. Doesn't have a lot of help to work with. Sejura trying to see if he can break through with a Shattering Throw. Nothing really left for Ave Maria. Sejura doesn't have executing him. Kiosko last one left, trying to go for a big Flash Cut. Sejura just used a lot of his defensives as he tried to go for a Flesh Cut as well as a first aid. Kiosko dropping down the big trinket. Sejura walking out of it, does get frozen for a second. That's going to be banner, everything available. Trying to see if he can return the damage back to Kiosko. Big range of blows. Reckless Abandon, not really going anywhere. Really difficult to peel this warrior off you. But Kiosko does find his steel trap just to put it in place. And Kiosko is looking for the reset. The camo doesn't give him a lot of survivability. Sejuro does find the pet. Rowan wins it out. Trying to stay on top of Kiosko as best as possible. Blaze up to follow as he's getting hit by that chimeric poison. Needs to turn around and get some healing off of that pet. Freezing trap stops him in place. No more trinket left. Kiosko trying to go for a first aid. It is going to give you some healing back, but we're getting pretty high up in a big kill shot. I think the warrior might be over. Does get himself a little bit of healing in the last second. Reflect is up for the next trap. Trying to see if he can find the freezing trap versus Kiosko. Looks like wasn't able to. Mounted up. Next stun by Kiosko could be really deadly. Does Sejuro have a stun of his own? I don't think he does. It looks like he ate that trap. Char trap, explosive, and that's going to be over. Does Kiosko run the Necrolord Lego, by the way? Does Kiosko run Necrolord Legendary? It looked like there was an explosion at the end. And Talrion does end up capitalizing with 2 kills back to back. Let's get another duel going, boys, yeah? Let's try to see if maybe we can get some variety over for the Team EU. Some different arenas, different faces, different names, all that, yeah? Let's try to see, boys. I want to see variety. I want to see as many players as we can, if at all possible. So if Sentry, if Jesus, if you guys want to switch up your groups a little bit here and there, definitely go for it. Now, what am I at for duels on EU? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Is it? I think it is 10. I think it is 10. I could be wrong though. What's up, Taran? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Welcome, welcome. Sentry's ready to go. G is ready to go. Alrighty, boys. I like it. I like it. Let's get another one rolling in. Pets don't get hit by Convoke. Pets do get hit by Convoke. So I guess it was. So pets get hit by Convoke, but not by the trinket, though, right? Hey, Dal, what's up, Miko? Hi, Mikolai. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Keep calling you Miko, but I keep thinking of Mechanicos, and I'm like, oh, no. I'm gonna start associating your name with Mechanicos, so Mikolai. It's kind of like Nikolai, but with an M. Like Mick? Is it like Mickey? Is that like, is it short? Is Mikolai short for like Mickey? Would that work too? Miko is fine. I'll probably end up going Mikolai because I keep thinking of Mechanicus every time I say Miko. Mick. Would Mick work? Mick would be easier for my brain. Alrighty, boys. First, a duel of EU. Let's get these teams back up in here. Yeah, I think everybody gets to play that game too, which is awesome. Switch. Which is pronounced Mikolai. Kind of like Nikolai, but with an M, yeah? No, it's Nicholas. Mikolai is in Polish. Oh, really? I didn't realize that. Okay, had no idea. We got ourselves... Wait, switch. I don't know if I've done that. Douchey, we got ourselves Kappa, we got ourselves Arky, we got ourselves Juro, and Yasi gonna be first up. Yet again with Kiosko charging out, already lobbing in... Wait, he says sorry. Wait, it says sorry? Wrong one. He literally walked up. It was said to Steam sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm not the first one supposed to go. Wait, hold on. No. Wait, who's supposed to be first? Who's supposed to be first? Is it Douchey? Well, that's unfortunate because Kiosko already started lobbing in nades. Flare doesn't hit the druid in the opener, so the druid could potentially get a go. Kiosko does have a pet next to him, so for Douchey, does he go for a cycle on the pet? Just bashes the hunter, goes for a convoke. I believe the pet took a lot of that damage, though. Maybe for Douchey, that's not a bad idea. It looks like he is starting to charge something I think might be the pet, honestly. He's going to try to get some damage back to Kiosko. Definitely wants to cleave these two down as best as possible. Kiosko disengages just to give himself some movement speed. Going to pull the pet back with a pet sack. Going to be some more damage for Douchey. Trying to go for a cycle. Going to be a stun. Does he go for a trinket here? No more trinket. Not sure what he trinketed, but Douchey could be in trouble. That's going to be a big grenade trinket exploding on him, I believe, also with a Necrolord legendary. Go for a massive explosion as Kiosko trying to maximize the damage, and Douchey super low on health. Going to be a freezing trap as he goes for this someone to Kiosko. Medic managed for Kiosko, and I think Douchey might just be down for the count and does get harpooned at the end. I think the dot's taken out on him. Mustajur charging out, but we got G in the chat with a donut. Okay, we got a big old hashtag G, boys, showing appreciation for a wonderfully beautiful dono, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate you, G, dude. 10 EU bones, that's massive. Thank you so much. Yo, boys, can we get a hashtag G in the chat? Showing appreciation for a wonderful, beautiful donation. Tajiro trying to keep the pressure on the pet, on the hunter. Banner up. Reckless was used. He is playing Reckless Abandon from the last game, I believe. That would give him a ton of damage, potentially. Maybe a charge to Sejuro. No, going to be a flesh cut for the both of them. Sejuro does pop a defensive. So that's why Kiosk backed up out of there. He saw big defenses out of the warrior. He's like, you know what? I can just back up out of there. I don't need to fight him while he's got a rage regen. I don't need to fight him while he's healing. Shattering throw for the warrior. Gonna be Kiosk getting out of the fear early enough. No shattering throw was used by Sejuro, I don't believe. Or was there? It looks like Kiosk doesn't really want to kite Sejuro super far. He kind of wants to stand next to him. Maybe has a stun rate to go soon. Gonna be Blade Storm by Sejuro. Does play the Tormented King's Lego. So he does have quite a bit of damage. Every time he activates Avatar, or every time you activate Avatar, Blade Storm, or Recklessness, you have a chance to get the other ability used for you automatically. So every time he wrecks, every time he Blade Storms, there's a chance to either gain with Blade Storm Wreck or Avatar with Recklessness Avatar Blade Storm. Gonna be lead by the warrior with Reflect in case Kiosk has a freezing trap ready for him. Looks like isn't the Reflect a little early. Kiosk will now be able to control you throughout the fight, which can be really bad for Sejuro unless he has another Blade Storm available soon. Gonna be charging out Kiosk super low on health, does get a freezing trap onto Sejuro. And it's going to be a full camo, just going for the reset. The warrior so far has been giving Kiosk a lot of grief. The warrior goes in for first aid, expecting Kiosk to open up on him. Does allow Sejuro quite a bit of recovery, and Kiosk using the camo just to get himself a complete clean reset. As Kiosk tried to stay away from Sejuro for now, but slowly, surely approaching him. Gonna be a harpooning in, gonna be a stun onto Sejuro. Big explosive from that trinket. Sejuro could be in big trouble. That's gonna send him definitely behind. Enraged Regen is there just to help him catch up on health. Steel trap separating the two. Definitely needs to have a pet taunt available as soon as he is just getting separated from Kiosk, just so he has something to Razor Blow off of for the self heal, and also something to Bloodthirst off of. As soon as Hunter just bailing out, just taunt the pet to just take the control away from the Hunter. Gonna be Sejuro using the Flesh Cup with a mini Soulbind just so he has a bit of mobility. Charging out Reflect is there immediately. Kiosk is gonna be able to save that freezing trap until later. So maybe Sejuro will have a Blaze Storm for it. Gonna be a Blaze Storm as Sejuro does gain Avatar. Gonna be the freezing trap. Trinkets out of immediately. As he's trying to stay on top of Kiosk as best as possible. Flesh Cup by Kiosk, find himself an opportunity just to get himself a heal while Sejuro is stuck in that Trial Trap. Banner is up. Sejuro will actually be immune to any slows for a while. At least his health cannot be reduced below 100% while the banner's up, taking out the pet of Kiosk, and Kiosk will be able to camo just to get himself a reset. Kiosk is actually mostly healthy, does end up burning the camo, and does end up summoning a pet. Sejuro still hanging in, getting stunned up. We're now hitting the 5-minute dampener, boys, as Kiosk backs up, still keeping the pressure onto Sejuro. Flashcup still holding on, but only for now. Until that thing breaks. Now Sejuro has an opportunity to make a play, Reflect in case there's a freezing trap, but Kiosk again very careful when he uses that freezing trap. It's almost like he waits for Sejuro to use the Reflect, and only then Kiosk will even think about using freezing trap. So I wonder if there's some kind of mind game Sejuro can do, like simple things like basically never use Reflect, because if Kiosk is waiting for the Reflect to go and freezing trap him, if you never Reflect, oh, juke out by Kiosk, lead by Sejuro, doesn't really send him that far behind. Quick fear onto Kiosk as Sejuro trying to max up the damage, got himself a Reflect ready to go, Steel Trap on him, Kiosk back it up out of there for a second, try to get some dots on Sejuro, gonna be big grenades lobbing in, Harpoon, and there goes the Reflect, oh, there goes the freezing trap. So honestly, my strategy of not using Reflect ever was actually a really bad strat then, because the guy just got hit with the freezing trap. That's actually super unfortunate. That's gonna be Kiosk getting some dots on the Sejuro. Big Chakram going next. Gonna be a Reflect for Sejuro. Does reduce some of the magic damage he's taking. There's gonna be another explosive trinket. The Cosmic Trinket doing a bunch of damage. Big killing for Sejuro. As he's looking for the recovery, Kiosk back it up out of there. As soon as Kiosk starts taking a bit of that damage, backs up out of there completely. Manic Bennett should help the Hunter recover. As Sejuro looking to get himself a big leap on top of Kiosk, trying to keep the pressure rolling. Trying to let the hammers do as much damage as they can swing. And it looks like we had, I think, the Druid leap team one. But the Druid only played, so it's fine. I was gonna say, did somebody DC for a second? But because it's very unfortunate when somebody DCs a little early. Gonna be massive chakras for Kiosko. Tajiro with a big banner. Opportunity for him to maximize the damage. Kiosko under a ton of pressure. Needs to get himself some sort of CC versus Tajiro. Unless the guy has something. Why? No! Tajiro just ended up finding an opportunity where Kiosko had nothing really to help him and just smashed him out of the park with a big banner, big wreck. Absolutely just decimating the guy. Ave Maria going for the stun of Tajiro. Gonna be a trinket out of the warrior just to get out of the CC under a ton of pressure with Ave Maria with the wings. Now he's feeling the pressure himself. Reflect this up in case Ave Maria has something for it. Ave Maria definitely wants to use everything they can that isn't going to be reflected yet. Big AoE damage versus Tajiro. Does go for as much self-healing as possible. Big wreck right now. And Ave Maria might be under pressure, a lot of pressure himself as Tajiro is looking to recover. Hodges Tajiro. Does Ave Maria have enough damage? Wings fading away as the stun comes down. And Tajiro has plenty of health, recovered quite a bit. I believe he's playing that Imped to Victory. So he's got that victory that he's looking to leech from the enemy. Big Reckless is available actually off of the Blade Storm. And I think Sajiro is waiting for his real wreck for a little bit later. Just backing up out of there. He knows he needs the Shadowing Throw versus the next immunity from Ave Maria. Whether it's Bubble, whether it's Bop. Ave Maria catching up on a Flesh Cup with a Shield of Vengeance. So he's got so many different shields to follow. Sajiro with the Reflect in case there's going to be a stun out of the Paladin immediately. Sajiro's definitely going to have to do something to force out cooldowns out of Ave Maria. Paladin doesn't have wings for a minute, so actually Sajiro should be a-okay for now. Does catch up a little bit of health. Next set of wings is going to be really deadly. Sajiro should have a trinket lined up perfectly with them wings though. So now he just needs to find a way to just deal to enough damage to Maria's health to force out a big defensive. Flesh Scout for Sajiro as he's looking for a better recovery himself. Could lead back over there without Maria. Does get the interrupt on the Holy. And has Recklesses ready. I wonder if he has Banner ready as well. Reflect up for Sajiro in case there's a Hodge of Ave Maria. Does get wings rolling. Sajiro has a trigger for this. Gonna be his Flesh Cut breaking through. Blade Storm for Sajiro. Does immunity CC. Does Ave Maria still have a Hodge? Big damage on Ave Maria. Could be in big trouble. Does bubble out of it. Cannot really stand there to heal. Going for whatever Word of Glory he can, but can't really catch up that much health. Sajiro still has lots of damage ready to go. Ave Maria in fear. Sajiro might just be able to take him down. Big execute. Oh! Sajiro just absolutely slamming him out of there. Insane Blade Storm? Yes, lining up a Blade Storm at the right time is really all the warrior can do in this situation. Like, as long as you can get the Blade Storm just to immune the Hunter, if you could break that chain of CC of stuns and freezes, you'll be good. Sajiro getting stunned up is going to be tricking out of this immediately. Jesus looking to grip him back in, going to be Reflect for Sajiro. Does Jesus end up Chain of Icing himself? Or maybe try to grip Sajiro and just immune it? Potentially. Shattering Throw for Sajiro, just so he can potentially break through the Shield of Jesus. I don't know if he was able to complete that shatter, but the shield is gone. Jesus trying to max up the damage. The pets, for the most part, are gone. Sajiro just trying to see if he catch up to the Death Knight, but he's just chained down. Cannot really go for that much healing. Has the go to Bloodthirst off of. Gonna be Jesus actually eliminated the go. Sajiro walking towards Kevin Slime just to leech off of that thing some health. Jesus trying to give Sajiro another target, just trying to kite him around. Blaze Storm activating Avatar for the warrior. Could potentially be big damage. Does not have wreck for a while, but that's still going to be a ton of damage. Jesus trying to walk away. AMS not doing anything against the warrior. Strangulate onto Sajiro. Trying to maybe see if he can turn it around. Does not have the army coming back anytime soon. And Sajiro just needs a little bit of more pressure versus Jesus. That ghoul is going to get empowered. Dark Transformation going to be Sajiro backing up out of there. Get rooted by the ghoul. At least can maybe get some healing off of that ghoul. As Jesus trying to max up as much rage damage on him. Letting that ghoul with Dark Transformation do all the damage in the world. Jesus going for the Dark Pact. Necrotic got out a good portion of his health, but does get himself a little bit extra survivability. As Sajiro covered himself with a Flash Scarf shield, should be able to maintain himself for a little bit longer in this duel. Just wait until he can heal himself again. As the wreck comes down by the warrior with Avatar, he's got a banner, so get the most amount of damage possible. I don't know how you survive it. Big executes by the warrior, literally killed him in a stun as he queued up a rampage. Literally killed him in a rampage. Tarion tried to see if he can avoid Sajiro. Why? He's got the banner flying in his back. As Tarion is also playing Fury Warrior. One is a Nightfall, one is a Necrolord. Sajiro going in for a big Blaze Storm. Does activate Avatar. Leaping towards Tarion is going to be Berserker Rage as he gets with a Fear midway. Does Tarion play Tormented King's Lego as well? Does he go for the Blaze Storm and Recklesses for extra damage? For extra buffs? Or does Tarion play like something more defensive? Maybe like a Leap or Lego? So you can go for a bunch of leaps out of the arena. It's going to be Rack. Does not get Avatar or Blaze Storm or anything, so he doesn't play Tormented Kings. Sajiro popping off defensive just so he can survive this damage. Shadowlands just trying to see if he can chop him right through. Sajiro finally able to walk out of the Night Fae Ancient Aftershock. And Shadowlands just absolutely blasted through Sajiro's health. this warrior might actually be in trouble. The executes are really starting to set him off, and that's going to be massive damage for at the end. I think Dalaran just found a massive crit slamming both weapons into Sajira, taking him out, but the warrior on team 1 was able to hold his ground, slaying the Death Knight, the Survival Hunter, and the Retribution Paladin back to back to back, so he did as good as he could. And Tyrion looking for a reset versus Yase. He's getting a bit of a rematch versus Yase, but except Tyrion is walking into this duel with absolutely no health. Got some cooldowns, but he really needs some healing, and with 44% dampener, that's going to be a little bit tough. Yase with a flash grip just tried to waddle away, trying to get a curse on the Tyrion. And Tyrion going for the Shadow and Throw, gonna be that stunned by the Felguard. A secondary summon Felguard. Tyrion super low on health, gonna be a Mortal Coil. Yase trying to set up a Destiny Bolt. There's no way Tyrion survives. They try to go for Rage Regeneration just to get himself as much healing. Gonna be some Shadow Bolts out of Yase. Just trying to max the damage with Tyrion with hand go down to fall. I think he's just waiting for the Demon Bolt until later. As Tyrion defenses do fall, he does back up out of the leaping away Soul Shape, just to get himself some mobility away from Yase. Yase like to have some instant cast Demon Bolts ready to go, unless he's already used them. Gonna be knocked down onto Yase. Reckless is up for Tyrion. Yase walking out of the Night Fae. That's gonna be Tyrion breaking out of the fear. Stun on Tyrion could be really bad. Decimate Bolt does end up finding his target. With Fassel, last one left over on team 2. Try to see if you can challenge Yase. Hits him with a stun. Gonna be Yase boarding out of there with a trinket immediately as the Fel Lord was swung around the corner. Try to see if you can get a swing onto Yase. Yes, it does get away from it. He does have double Felguard chasing after him. One Wrathguard, one Felguard, stunning him down with the Axe Toss. Yase could be in trouble. Does at least see one of the pets is gonna end up getting the other one with a fear. And Fassel swinging around the corner. Yase had no health whatsoever, so whatever Yase can do to catch up on health, the better. But at this high dampening, I don't know what you can really do. Demon Bolt 1, Demon Bolt 2. Fassel does end up taking him out real quickly, with Archie charging out towards the top. That warrior play was absolutely mental. Yeah, Niels, I thought it was really good. Both of them, honestly, both warriors played really well as they could. Big damage out of Talrion. I still wonder what kind of Lego that man is running. There's no way he's running a Siege Breaker Lego, is he? There's absolutely no way. Faster going in for Demon Bolts back to back towards Archie. Looking for a bit of reset. Handle Godot's getting cooked up, and Archie landing that quick swift interrupt onto the Demon Bolt or Decimate Bolt of Fassel. Sunder, it does kind of have a what do you call it? Like an animation on the ground, but it doesn't quite do the work. Quite as I see Fassel, Mortal Coil into Archie, as he's out with no pets. Gonna be imps all up above, just absolutely just barraging from up tops. Actually got some air support. He got some cover. He got some sniper support with the imps. But I don't really know if that's gonna be no. Fassel trying to see if he can get out. It looks like he tried to port, but the static totem is just adamant about keeping him in place. He just yoinking it back in. Archie tried to get himself as much damage to finish off Fassel. Should hopefully have enough. Literally looked away. Tried to 360 no scope with the LE blast. That's just a bit of BM, honestly. But Sajiro walked out of there with 1.2 million healing, 1 million damage, taking 3 boys out back to back. No big explosive cosmic trinkets, no nothing, just pure warrior rage. I love seeing it. Alrighty, boys, let's get another one up and running. Yeah, another 5v5 1v1 duel on the way. Let me know, teams, when you guys are ready to go, or if you want to maybe open up the groups, get a bit of variety, grab some new people in there. What's up, Wolf? How you doing, man? My friend asked me a lot, Major Warlock, what do you guys think is easier for a few friends to play, so you can be mobile in both speed and defense? Mobile while defensive. I think Majors are mobile, and the only defensive they really got is a ice block, as well as shields. I don't really know. That's a fantastic question, honestly. Fantastic question. I don't know, chat. What would you guys recommend? How's Zemo Warlocks in this patch? Destro? They're pretty good. Destro were doing really good in the raid from the time when we got to do a few cleave fights with the guildies. Destro with a tier set, G, is going to be insane, especially Mythic Pluses. You're going to play the Rain of Fire build, where you literally run in, and you just Rain of Fire. And you play the Talent build, where you get Soul Shards back, and you play Wilfred's Legendary, so you can, every time you spend Soul Shards, you get back your Infernal back quicker. So you drop down Infernal, pop a couple Incinerates, and just Rain of Fire. Rain of Fire. And you play a Rain of Fire build where your Rain of Fire has a chance to give you back resources, Soul Shards. So if you hit enough targets, you just Rain of Fire spam with your tier set, Eventually, your Rain of Fires is you spend soul shards. Your next Rain of Fire is going to be instant cast, and it will summon a Blasphemy, which is like another Infernal. So you're summoning Infernos while you're spamming Rain of Fire. With more Infernos, you get more soul shards, so you can just constantly spam every global Rain of Fire, and you're just doing. And the Rain of Fire isn't just like you put up one Rain of Fire. Like you could have multiple stacks of Rain of Fire in one place, and they all do damage. And eventually, you just cover your screen with just rain. You actually will not see anything. Your frames are going to take a dip, but your damage is going to go way up in AoE. It's actually really, really good. It is super strong. I think you would like it a lot. It is really, really good. It is nutty. Archie is looking for a couple more boys. If you guys want to join in Team Archie, we got ourselves groups in a 5-5-1. Just type in 5 in the search for custom PvP, hit enter, and you're good to go. A slap AF Mules, yeah. A slap. Nice song, Dal. What's it called? I can link you the mix. I'm not sure what the song was. Actually, can I go back to the song? Okay, that's the song that was just playing. That's the song that was just playing. Let me switch it around. Let me change it up to something else. Do I have these songs? Okay, fully randomized. We're good. Alright, Arhi. We got a +1. Let's go, boys. Century Arhi, we got you guys back in here, yeah? Or Century Jesus. Here we go, boys. I say in Major are not probably easy to pick. Yeah, Majors are pretty mobile. But Warlocks are not really, really tanky. What's up, Mendesimo? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Hope you're having a good one, bud. How you doing? How you doing? What's all your characters on, Dal? Mine all are Illidan US. Yeah, all my characters are on Illidan US for now, on the Horde side. But I'm probably going to swap some of them to Alliance. I don't think I'll move servers, but I'll probably just keep one of them. We'll probably swap some of them to Alliance that you'll be able to do M+ through, you know, in 925 as cross-faction. I'll probably submit a couple of characters as Alliance. We already have a Raiden Rumbles Alliance on Illidan Guild set up just for this occasion, just for the cross-faction, because we know some people are going to take advantage of that and just play whatever they like. We got a couple of guilds that are very interested in playing Alliance, always wanted to, and that'll be the opportunity to. Might as well, right? Might as well give them the opportunity. Like, I know Tass, Silly, he really wanted to play Void Elf, but he played in Org because it's best. Twitch. Looks like we're missing somebody over on Team 1, but Sajiro is going to be first up. The Team 2 is going to have to find a way to deal with him. We got to win you guys, get some friends over on Team 2. Or Team 1, but I think Sajiro got to first hold the fort if you want to see that Shadow Priest play. Kiosko back it up out of there. Again, hopefully Team 1 will get their fifth back in there as soon as possible. Sajiro leaping down, Blade Sword versus Kiosko. He just played against Kiosko. He's going to have to be extra careful with the freezing traps, with his Blade Storms. He's also going to have to get maybe a little bit lucky with the Tormented King's Legendary, because the more Blade Storms he gets, the better. Big Blade Storm coming up for Sajiro, trying to see if he can catch up to Kiosko. Kiosko is just trying to stay away. Might need to go for a turtle, unless Sajiro doesn't have enough DM. Gonna be the Reckless Abandon, is able to walk up, reflect up for Kiosko in case he drops down a trap. So now Kiosko has a bit more of a setup with that trap. Quick feint death and a camo. Yes, Sajiro can't find him. Immediately is going for a bit of that reheal. Catching up on healing. If Sajiro just goes for one rule right now, next to Kiosko, might be able to get him. But honestly, he has no idea what the hunter could be when he's a camo. He has no idea. What's up, Joe? How you doing, my man? Sajiro back in there, collaborating Kiosko. Deathshock him, ripping through the warrior. Big damage out of Kiosko, but looks like Sajiro recovered it instantly. That's going to be Kiosko with a bit more of that kiting strat, laying out the traps for Sajiro, just trying to keep him at bay as best as he can. He wants to do as much damage as possible, but you can just see the tankiness between the two. Sajiro is just a big old package of muscles. He's just absolutely just super difficult to get through. He just unloads damage and he just survives all you throw at him. Kiosko, on the other hand, he is a hunter. They generally are squishier. He does have the Feign Death, but I don't know if he's running the Feign Death Lego this time around. I think Kiosko's been running the Necrolord Legendary for hunters, just so he can have an explosive shot together with his Death Chakram as it rips through enemies. Gonna be a full flesh guy for Kiosko. Sajiro trying to see if he can crack through his defenses. Flank strike by Kiosko. Can put the pressure on Sajiro. Trying to go for a couple of kill commands. Kiosko with some big damage. Sajiro trying to go for Enrage Gen. Does he survive the Cosmic Grenade? It does a lot of damage, but looks like he lives it just fine. Man, they did nerf that grenade. 18% damage reduction can no longer crit, and now has more of a, like a reticle showing exactly where it's at. So Team 1 is still also playing as a one-man deficit. I guess whoever tried to join him maybe deceived or never eventually got in the arena, which is super unfortunate. Or maybe left last second. Who knows? Maybe they had to go. But they never got in, or maybe still loading in. We have had moments where somebody would literally be there loading in for a good 5 minutes and then just pops in the arena at the last second. But until then, Sejuro's gonna have to be playing for 2. Blaze-Storm out of this warrior. Does reconnect back with Kiosko, but that freezing trap stops him. Sejuro has a trick and ready for it. Kiosko, does he have a stun potentially or anything? I think he used stun in that last minute burst. So maybe we'll wait 20 seconds for the stun to come back. It's going to be big slow to Sejuro. That chimeric poison is going to slow him down quite a bit. Steel trap could separate the two. Going to be big death chakram. Sejuro could be in trouble. That's a lot of damage coming out. Does not play the necro explosive Lego. So it looks like he's back to that faint death Lego. Sejuro with that reflect. That's going to be a Fleshcraft. Kiosko with a medic bandage, catching up as much health as possible. That's Sejuro mounting up as soon as he can. Again, going to be a long game with Kiosko laying all those traps for Sejuro. Doesn't give him an opportunity to reset whatsoever. Freezing trap on Sejuro. Kiosko find himself very, very low on health. Needs some healing. Does have Turtle. That's going to be, I believe, a Warlock Hellstone from Vassal. Does give him a little bit extra survivability. Sejuro reconnected back up, but the steel trap meets him, and Kiosko is just able to completely reset, go into full camo, get himself a flash cow. So there's absolutely no way for Sejuro to really deal with this until he can find himself like a good lineup. Trinket, Blaze-Storm, maybe get a second Blaze-Storm proc inside of his Recklessness since he's playing Tormented King's Lego. There's going to be a normal Blaze-Storm before Kiosko drops down in traps. For Sejuro, he might need another big Blaze-Storm without Recklessness. Does not have a good trinket for now. Going to be in Rage Regen. Could potentially walk out of the grenade. Does walk out of the grenade. Kiosko landed up in a weird spot. Needs to put it right on top of Sejuro as he stuns him. And Sejuro could potentially go for wreck in case there's a steel trap out of Kiosko. Freezing trap potentially? No, not yet. Gonna be the Blaze-Storm out of Sejuro. Kiosko needs to find a way to deal with this. Needs to get himself a freezing trap at a perfect time. Waiting out until Sejuro is completely out of the Blaze-Storm. Kiosko does end up dipping really, really low for it. Man, the back and forth between Sejuro and Kiosko, because Sejuro, you know, he's surviving as much as he needs to. There's actually no problem surviving Kiosko whatsoever. He needs to find a way just to live through the freezing trap, or find a way to immune the freezing trap, find a way to immune the stun, or find a way to get out of those CC as he gets Kiosko real low. That's really what he does, is a situation where he can get Kiosko low, he just can't really finish him because Kiosko waits out, freezing trap out of Sejuro, and he's like, that's it, I gotta drop down freezing trap. He doesn't have reflect anymore. Sejuro leaping in, stun, does have a trigger for it, potentially could be a freezing trap next. Kiosko better be very, very careful when he drops down freezing trap, trying to get some eagle damage onto Sejuro. That's gonna be steel trap to separate the two. Kiosko with the feint death, does up on Sejuro to interrupt the flash cap, denying the warrior any kind of healing. As Kiosko is trying to get himself a setup where maybe he can get himself the win. Back it away from Sejuro. Reflect onto Kiosko, does land the reflect on the freezing trap. Kiosko doesn't have a way to stop anything for a moment. Full turtle shell up available for Kiosko in case he needs it. Going to be banner up for Sejuro. Just using the banner just to catch up to Kiosko. Does he have any leaps or any kind of charges? Kiosko, I think, is waiting on until the next trap. Steel trap does separate the two. Hasn't had to give up the turtle shell just yet versus Sejuro as the warrior tried to go for a bit of a first aid, but the bleeds are going to keep him back. Kiosko catching up on as much healing as he can with a medic bandage. Sejuro, again, going to have to wait until he has some cooldowns. Maybe Blaze-Storm, maybe go for that Recklessness for a freezing trap setup where he can maybe Blaze-Storm it. Kiosko backing up out of this stone into Sejuro is going to be missing out the grenade. Freezing trap out of Sejuro. He needs to walk out of the grenade. Looks like he just took the grenade damage instead. Reflect off for Sejuro. No more freezing trap for Kiosko. But Sejuro potentially could make something happen. Steel and turtle shell available for Kiosko unless Sejuro finds him. Steel trap does immune it with a Blaze-Storm. Getting out of there immediately. Does a wreck in case he really needs it. Could potentially use it. Charge over his Kiosko as he does go for Master's Call just to give him some mobility fear. Just Sejuro can keep him in place. And Kiosko does drop down a freezing trap. Man, timing that of freezing trap is so difficult. It is really, really rough. Sejuro still has his wreck. He has a trigger coming back up very, very soon. Kiosko still hold on to that turtle. And that was a reflect for Sejuro, which is not going to sell a trap. Actually, Kiosko's super low in health. Turtle shell as he gets really, really low. Oh! Kiosko needs to find a way to CC or needs to heal. He needs to feign death or something. Definitely needs to use something for Sejuro. Sejuro potentially could taunt the pet. He needs to find a way to get them back in combat. That's going to be a camp for Kiosko. Maybe Tajiro just leaps out in the middle of nowhere and just whirlwinds. Leaping in, trying to see if he can whirlwind. He tried to guess where he might be. Picking up the eyes as he can. Kiosko looking for that recovery. 8 minutes into the duel. 70% dampener. It's Tajiro walking back with a flash cup. Man, this is just going back and forth, huh? Back and forth between the two. Tajiro charging out Bladestorm versus Kiosko. Trying to see if he can rip right through him. Kiosko trying to catch up on as much healing as possible. That's going to be the stun onto Sajiro. Banner up. Kiosko has nothing left. Does have acceleration. Maybe a freezing trap if it's timed well. Sajiro does not have a way to break out of this one. And Kiosko looking for that health recovery with many bandage. Sajiro just got to wait. And it's another trap. All these traps. From a freezing trap into a steel trap. I give Sajiro credit because this man hasn't left the arena yet. Honestly, it's just been a lot of back and forth. And so far, these two have been doing each other this whole time. Actually, they've been doing each other for 8 minutes straight. Almost 9 at this point. Freezing trap, not out for Kiosko. But Reflect was burned by Sajiro pretty early on. Yaz Master, you go for sub-rogue and PvE content. Crit versus more priority. Crit versus more priority right now. Master is good, but your versatility functions for Shadow Strikes, which is a good portion of your damage astrum. Backstabs, which is going to become big priority with damage as well, likely on at least on single target. Unless Rogues go back and try a Gloomblade build, which I don't think is going to work that well, but we'll see. Stun on Sajiro with a Cosmic Trinket, does himself in Rage Regen, going to be a big burst out of Kiosko. But Sajiro does survive and still has some Rage Regeneration just to get himself as much healing as possible. Chimeric Poison coursing through Sajiro's veins, trying to get himself as much damage to the Kiosko, trying to rip whatever health he can out of him. Bladestorm to follow. Kiosko backing up out of there completely. Sajiro getting Kiosko kind of low into a freezer trap, stops him in place. Manic bandages for Kiosko. And does get reconnected back with a charge. Kiosko's super low. I think at this point maybe execute. Sajiro just needs to get back over there and get an execute. As long as there's no freezing trap, Reflect available. Kiosko can't really stop it. Waiting out until freezing trap. Oh no, dude. This is just a long, long game between these two. Flash kept out by Sajiro. Jesus out there with a full flash cut stun onto Sajiro. And is looking to get a couple of those death claws in. Sajiro survived the hunter, but now needs to find a way to see if he can beat Jesus. Can he do it? That is my question. He might be able to. A big full pets out for the warrior, looking to leap away. Jesus gripping him back in. That's going to be a massive damage. Jesus seeing Sajiro going for the big banner. Going to be a full wreck. Sajiro just needs some survivability. Does have a regeneration up very, very soon. Has a big heal. Potentially can make that big heal happen. Jesus could be in big trouble. Sajiro looking to recover health. Going to be 10 minutes to do pretty high dampening, but the warrior just recovering. He just continuing to pound right through the death and into a cleave as he Bladestorms him in half. Just solves the boy in half. How does he do it? How are you still alive? Are you still kicking? I don't understand. Dalaran up next. I don't think there's anything Sajiro can do against this warrior. A couple of executes. That's going to end up taking him out. There's just absolutely no way Sajiro tried to survive this as best as he can. Yeah, Dalaran does end up taking him out. I don't think even with an execute. I think it's just with a raging blow. And Schizophrens is going to be up next, trying to drop down the Mages of the Dead. Mages got nerfed, so I wonder if this man... I guess he's still going to stay with Mages for a bit. Got him to a big PI. There's going to be a lot of damage for the pets. Trying to deal with the pets. Big damage. The Siphon still continues to channel into him. That's going to be a health percentage damage. Trying to see if he can heal through it. Does wait until the Siphon is gone before he tries to go for any kind of healing. Mind control out of Schizophrens as he's still alive for now, but Dalaran looking to recover, looking to chop away at the priest. Going to be that Goblin Ritual just to back up out of there. The warrior leaping onto him. Going to be reflected back. The damage. Going to be Schizophrens with a trinket. I'm not sure whose trinket it is, actually. I think it might have been Dalaran's trinket. VT finally getting set up by the priest. Has himself dispersed. Has himself Vampiric Embrace interrupted on Shadow. Could be really bad for him. Might have to go for Disperse here. Is it going to be Vampiric Embrace? Is that going to be enough? The stun into Dalaran does not have a trinket. Going to be Schizophrens again with the dots get set up. Super low in health. Could be dead. Going to be that big Disperse out of Schizophrens and Dalaran. Take it out of the Siphon. Try to see if he can get back up to a Shadow Priest. The priest needs to get a little bit more damage on Dalaran. Definitely needs to go for healing as well. No interrupt by the warrior for a while. Silence on the Dalaran. Maybe it's good for can just stand there and heal. Try to get a Mind Blast in. The pet should do a bit of damage. Shadow Crash onto the warrior. I think Dalaran just got it. Walking by, slamming down that execute into the priest. An Archie looking to approach Dalaran. We still got Archie. We still got Yasha over on Team 1. Did somebody else leave on Team 1? Did somebody leave just to make it an even 4-4? Potentially. Are you trying to see if you can blast out damage with Telrion as he got himself reflect? Sunder as Telrion trying to see if he can recover a little bit of health versus Arhi. That's going to be Ghostus in. Big LA blast into the warrior and rage regeneration up as Telrion looking to back up out of the beta blast and out. I think trying to go for a shot mode there for a second, but left at no health whatsoever. Fear onto Arhi, knocking him down, but there's nothing Telrion can do. We are super high into dampening. 48% healing reduction. The warrior's a brain dead class. You don't like him, Vulcan? Really? It's worse than DK or Monk. I don't know. I thought that warrior did as well as he could, man. He lived through all the CC of the hunter. It does survive for quite a bit. Mortal Call gonna send to Arhi. Fassel just trying to max up the damage to Arhi. Does go for the flash craft, immuning any CC for a moment. And Fassel getting interrupted. Arhi does have himself the big magic shield reduction. Is actually going to be pretty tanky against the Tyrant. So the shield trinket, what it does is offsets a portion of the damage into his shield. Very similar to Ignore Pain for warriors, except only against magic damage. Big yellow blast against Fassel. He definitely needed a trinket of his own like that, just to reduce some of the magic damage. Take him. Stun onto Arhi. That's going to be Fassel just absolutely blasting out the Shaman. Trying to go for fear. Going to be a quick interrupt. Handle Golem coming out, but I think it's going to be over. And Arhi does end up lava lashing him down. Man, that was a long go between, what is it, Sujiro and Arhi. Ended up doing majority of their team damage, didn't they? But that warrior lived as long as he could, the best that he could. That was a long one versus him and the hunter. I don't want to see those two duel each other again. I really, really don't want to see those two duel each other again, man. What's up, Celtic? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. How you doing? How those duels? Hell yeah, my guy. Hell yeah. You guys are ready again? Yo. Sujiro and the hunter just need to not duel each other. You got a 5-man sentry, or do we just have only a 4-man? Or did whatever the 5th guy, was he just not able to join in? I'm gonna guess you're saying plus, that means you're ready. Any you group up? Yeah, Sentry and Jesus are the ones looking for groups. There's a good chance Sentry and Jesus might end up mixing it up, maybe opening the groups back up for more people. Please don't let the duel the warriors so disgusting. I'm sorry, Apisker. 4 out of 5. Sentry looking for a +1, boys. Looking for a +1 over on the team Horde. If you want to join Outlaw, you're more than welcome to. We got a team with Jesus ready to go for Alliance. Oh, I guess they already got +1. As soon as you're on list, I can queue. Yeah, as soon as you're on list, because this has got a bug. There we go. Let's remove healing skills from non-magic classes like old times. It must nerf heals from hybrids. Really? I mean, like what? Hunters, rogues, and all them should lose healing, I guess. That's a way. That's a one way of putting it, I guess. That is one way of putting it. Because, you know, you have warriors, you have rogues. I mean, rogues that have like a vial, you know, like rogues are like the cheatsy class. You know, they'll use a vial just to catch up a heal. They'll pull it out of their cloak and you're like, hey, that's cheating. I'm a rogue. What do you expect, right? And for hunters, I guess they're tuned with nature, so they get like some of the natural nature healing. But for warriors, I don't know. I kind of like the fact that Fury can bloodthirst and heal. It like revels in battle, so the harder you fight, the more like healthy you get as a Fury. I kind of like it. It kind of allows the Fury warrior that like thematically longevity. As long as they're just as long as they're bathed in blood, they just got that energy, that rage, just continues to pump adrenaline, lets them keep going, no matter how much damage they take. It really gives them that berserker look. But I do feel you on that. Like, maybe they should attempt. I think it'd be interesting if they could try, like, hey, let's go back to like how kind of how things were in Classic, the Twitch. But you would probably need to give them a lot more damage then, wouldn't you? Just make them like absolutely just monsters. And damn, we got ourselves Fassel over in Team 2. We got Jesus, Kiosco, Syndra, Gosa. Oh, I like that set. I can't wait to get it myself. And we got Taylor in the back of that team as well. It looks like maybe Gosa first. As an outlaw rogue? No, looks like they sent in Kiosk again. Don't tell me you guys have sent Sajiro. We got Sajiro here. We got Yase. We got us as Kochachi as a Volpera. We got us a Scoop in the bag. Just got it chilling. And it's gonna be Arki first up versus Kiosk. Try to see if you can find him. And got our Earth Elemental beating a Fassel on Forge. And Arki does deactivate the Earth Ellie, even though that Earth Ellie does provide him like a health buff. He did deactivate it just so he doesn't have like somebody on team 2 getting beat up. Gonna be Kioska. Try to see if he can get some big damage to Arki. Gonna be immediate wall out of the Shaman though, and Kioska laying traps, hugging the pillar real tight. Arki sending out the ghost tools, letting them bite. An absolutely savage down Kiosko. Trying to reconnect with a couple of Storm Strikes. Gonna be Freezing Trap. As soon as Kiosko takes a bit of damage, he's gonna try, it looks like, playing it extra safe. For he's gonna have to get a setup where he might be able to get some big blast of damage into Kiosko. Ellie blast to follow. Kiosko trying to max out the damage, going for a bunch of Raptor Strikes back to back. Archie trying to go for a self heal as well. Kiosko trying to keep the dodge pressure damage rolling. Stun Totem does get dodged, and Kiosko just continues to run circles around the guy. Static Totem for Archie does keep Shaman in play. Hunter in place. The Hunter does end up taking down the Totem as soon as he can. Kiosko back behind the pillar. There's going to be more Ghosts on him. Does Archie play the Ellie build? Or the Elemental Enhancement Shaman build? Potentially. Possibly, right? Yo, Koopa, love you. Yo, Koopa got a good mog. Stun to Archie could be really bad for the Shaman. It's going to be a massive, massive shield. For that Trinket, turning the damage attention onto Kiosko. Kiosko's the one with damage, but Archie somehow was able to turn it around on him. I can't believe it. Kiosko feigned death without Manic Bandage. Wait, did he just like feign death and he just pull up like a Manic Bandage under him? Just tried to suture out some wounds while he was on the floor? Is that what happened? I swear to God, it looked like he feigned death and started Manic Bandaging himself while on the floor. Is that true or not? Freezing Trap with the War here. This Kiosko backs up out of there completely. Just waddling out of there. He does get himself a bit of healing with that Manic Bandage. Warrior's going to be a long game. Kiosko just doesn't give up that health easily. He's just going to use every trap, every CC in his repertoire in order to really make it work for that kill. Dropping down the charge trap, trying to slow down Archie, but Archie and Ghost Wolf just cannot get slowed below 100% while in Ghost Wolf. Going to be a stun totem around the corner. The pet does get clipped. Kiosko with a huge Death Chakram versus Archie. Trinket by the Shaman. Needs to again get a setup onto Kiosko. It is going to be Primordial get a setup as a Freezing Trap does stop him in place. Kiosko looking to bandage up any of the wounds he's taken. The Kevin Slime is going to be spinning at him though. It's going to be disrupting the wounds. It's going to literally spin into the bandages. So Kiosko is not going to be able to do much. Going to be massive damage on Archie. I don't know if Kiosko got anything left at all. Feign death in the last second. He does have his acceleration coming up very soon, but just standing toe to toe with Archie, just standing out there man to man, fighting each other out in the open. You just see the absolute decimating power of an enhancement shaman, and this enhancement shaman plays basic like Ellie, throwing out lightning bolts. He got them Ellie blasts here. This got the most amount of damage possible. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised Archie doesn't play Stormkeeper. He's playing Sunder, but at this point I feel like he should maybe just play Stormkeeper because he'll have big chain lightnings as well. He'll have the most amount of range damage possible. He's going to set up a Decimate Bolt, big zaps on Jesus. It's going to go for a Fleshcraft as the Death Knight looking to separate out of there completely. Go for the full reset. As the DK just looking to maybe recuperate some cooldowns, maybe recuperate some health. Hasn't really had a big go versus Archie so far. He has the army that he wants to go for, but he's really just waiting out for that perfect opportunity. And if Archie uses his damage reduction magic trinket, he might be in a good spot. Looks like he's actually going to just commit a lot of the damage into the ghoul. Jesus having to pull the ghoul back. Does not have a death coil to heal the ghoul, but he's going to try to give Archie a different target. It's like, hey, I'm over here. Just come by. I'm just going to Chain of Ice here. You definitely want to fight me here. Stun of Jesus with the Alien Blast. AMS for the Death Knight is going to go for the big grippy hand. Going to get the army rolling. Archie has a wall in case he needs to. It's going to go for the magic damage reduction. Going to stun Thunder Totem. He's just not letting Jesus go anywhere. He isn't in a ring with him. Trying to see if he can survive it. Big Alien Blast. Jesus does go for a massive Death Strike. The harder he gets hit, the bigger damage he does. Archie super under a lot of pressure. And I don't even know how he turned the damage around onto the Shaman. As the Shaman was under a ton of pressure. Big Alien Blast back into the Death Knight. Jesus, Chain of Ice onto Archie, trying to keep him in place. But Jesus is the one who really should be trying to back up out of there. He's going to sacrifice the ghoul. Needs to summon new one immediately. Might have to go for IBF here. Deathback just to give himself a little bit of help to work with. Sunder Icy goes for IBL. The Death Knight does have himself that icy cover to reduce the damage he's taking. Flesh got really quickly as it goes for a short stun versus Archie. Needs to wait out until he can go for Death Strikes. But he can. He necrotic out his health. He just sacrificed a good portion of himself just to give just to borrow some health from the gods of death. Literally from the gods of death. What, Bonsamdi at this point? He does necrotic himself out. I guess Primus? I actually know, though we kind of cool. Make a deal with the Primus of the Shadowlands. Necrotic out a portion of your health, but giving you a little bit extra health to work with. Crazy. Archie does end up taking him out. Taurion unable to reconnect with Archie, unable to interrupt the Flesh Cut, which is going to give Archie a little bit more longevity. Tarion does have a lot of survivability, is if you're worried. We're only at 6 minutes into the duel. As long as Talon's able to deal with the magic damage he's taking, he might be okay. Shatter and throw. Arky, try to see if he can avoid the shatter. But that shield, the flesh cut, is going to get dumped. Just absolutely destroyed. With Talon throwing in a weapon. Hitting that flesh cut at a critical point. Talon back it up out of there as soon as he sees all those ghost tools joining in. Might just have to go for a shot him, potentially just go for a reset. It's going to go for a bit of self-healing. Big primordial setup. That could be big elemental damage out of Arky. Talon is under a ton of pressure. Arky just trying to keep the maelstrom flowing as best as possible. The ghost is finally down. Is this where Talon finally makes a play? Knocking down Arky. Quick Sunder by the shaman. Walking out of that aftershock. Blaze Storm out of Talon. Just to keep himself mobile. Trying to keep himself on top of Arky as best as he can. Reckless is not available for a while. Arky spending a lot of that maelstrom and mana in order to keep himself alive. Big Elbow Blast back to Talon. Used to get himself another setup. Static Totem down. Talon trying to see if he can walk out of that Static Totem with a Reflect. Is that a thing you can do? Apparently you can just walk out of it. I was pretty sure that thing was going to kind of knock you back, yank you back into the arena, but apparently not. Talon get a hit with a Decimating Bolt, a Primordial Bolt. I kept messing this up. That's the two bolts I mess up. Decimating Bolt and Primordial. One for Shaman, one for Warlock. Shaman get zapped up. Huge Thunder is going to go for a Battle Master Trick. It does still hold on to Enrage Regeneration in case it needs it so far. Hasn't had to use it. And Arky looking just to get himself more Maelstrom, trying to recuperate some mana. That's going to be Ghost is joining back in. Tarion full burst is going to be a wall for Arky. And Tarion trying to see if he can just charge and slice right through him. Full Raging Blows, back-to-back rampages. Arky still sitting inside of the wall, dropping down a mana for quite a bit. Mana is super important for Shaman because as soon as you're out of mana, you can't really heal yourself. No matter how much Maelstrom you got. Gonna be an attempt at a Hex, gonna be a Reflect by Tarion, interrupting that Flesh Cut. So Arky loses out on that defense. Gonna be a Static Totem. Tarion cannot really walk out of it. Does have to take the time to take down the Totem. Arky that goes with that slow into Tarion. Just try to stay away. Let that mana recuperate slowly but surely. As it drops down a Healing Totem just to catch up. Tarion taking down the Totem. Going for a Bloodthirster too. Arky back it up out of there. With a slow versus Tarion. 8 minutes, 37 seconds into the duel, boys. 22% dampener. The healing is going to get worse and worse as we get into that 10-minute mark, 12-minute mark, 15-minute mark. It's going to get tougher and tougher to heal. Tarion going for a few Arky trinkets out of it. So next time, Tarion doesn't really play Stormbolt or anything. Big LE Blast. Oh my goodness, just dunking those big LE Blasts and lightning bolts from afar onto your boy Tarion, who doesn't have taken down the Totem. Tarion does have in just a few seconds and Rage Regeneration coming back up. Honestly, might not be a bad idea to use in Rage Regeneration early before Dampener really puts you that far behind. I know you want to wait until you're really under pressure, use it for 20% damage reduction, but you also need healing too. And Dampener is just going to make it harder for you to heal. Arky, we'll see if Arky puts up any pressure on Tarion. Big knockdown to Arky, could be huge. Oh, what the? Tarion just turned it around to Arky out of nowhere. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to last that long. I didn't think it was gonna, I guess that was a short. I didn't think it was gonna take him out that quick. Tarion going for a massive heal from Kochachi. Kocha. I guess we'll call him Kocha. Big damage on Tarion. Does have Enrage Regen. Maybe it's a good idea he saved it until now. Rapid fire onto the warrior. Needs a Shadow Meld or something. No health. Oh god. No. No. Oh, Kocha does end up, I think, just dotting him up. Or maybe just going for auto attack at the end. Gonna be rapid fire onto the pets of Facile as he's trying to swing around the corner, stun onto Kocha. That is gonna be a trinket down, knockdown onto Kocha. Does go for a turtle with a flesh cut as he's looking for recovery. Facile is gonna bust out the tyrant. And that's gonna be Kocha out in the open. If Facile could just slow down Kocha out in the open, you might be okay if he does for a second. The pets might actually de-target to Kocha for a second. Daemon was coming through. Oh! Facile taking him out. Sejiro is up next. It's gonna be Facile porting next to him. I guess Facile does have some pets that do have, like, he's like, yo, I have pets that are out for a little bit longer. Let me get him in there. Let me get him in combat versus Sejiro. Let him get a couple of swings of their attacks. That's Facile under a ton of pressure. Gonna be the wall for the Warlock. As Sejiro goes in for Blaze Storm, activating Avatar for free. Facile under a ton of pressure. Mortal Coil into Sejiro does trick it out of it. Gonna be a quick pummel That's a fear, tries to come out for Vassal, looking to recover back behind the pillar, instead going for a port. Sejura trying to see if he can intercept it, but only does it midway through. Stun onto Sejura, does he have a leap? Vassal does get him some mobility with a port. He's in execute range in a really tight spot, needs to just stay away from Sejura as best as possible. Next auto attack, next execute. Would be really bad for him. Barely avoided Sejura. He's gonna auto attack, he does catch up, reflect up, there's nothing you can really do. Vassal with a dark pack, but it's gonna give him only so much healing. And Sindragosa, last one over for the team 2, walking in with a flesh scout, is going to be able to get the big bleeds from the Necrolord Covenant. Fear by Sejuro. It's just kind of circling the rogue, waiting out for a good opportunity to strike after that fear ends. Getting the shot with Sejuro. Does Sindragosa go for the big damage? Trying to go for big spikes, big finishes. Sejuro got a massive defensive for this one though. He did use Enrage Regeneration just to give himself 20% damage reduction. And whatever healing can afterwards. Sindragosa going for that evasion. There's nothing you can really do. The rogue is immune to your damage as long as they can dodge it. You have no stuns and nothing unless Sejura could go maybe for a fear on the rogue and you just use it. Sipping up by Sindragosa. Sejura is super low on health. Doesn't get any more health recovery. He does get a little bit extra healing. Could be really bad for Sindragosa. Get a shot at Sejura. Nothing left and does end up swiping him out. Who's up next? Is it going to be Koopa? Is it Yasha? Because either one of them could be pretty tough for Sindragosa, who does need to go for as much healing as possible. Oh, you got the yellow lightsaber. I need to get a lightsaber. I don't have the blue one either. I don't have the blue one. I don't have the red. I really want to get the red one out of all of them. The red lightsaber is what I really, out of everything, that's what I really want. Yasha. Looking out in the field. Is he going to be next? It looks like Koopa is waiting for Yasha. But maybe Koopa might have to go if Yasha is AFK. Is he back? He just jumped. Looks like he's back. He returns. Они умирают так, чтобы у меня не было иди и убить меня. They're dying in such a way where basically Archie says something about they're dying in a way where Archie is losing out on something. I'm not quite sure exactly what, but I think the way that he does the duels or whatever, they basically got unlucky duels, I believe is what he's saying. Fleshka behind the pillar as Sindragosa eats a couple of hits from the Tyrant. Is just unable to recover health enough Fleshka at all. Habitat vanish as that is a full army of the demons dead up for Yasha. Sindragosa having to just reset it completely. The rogue does have natural cooldown reduction as rogues spend comp points into finishers, especially with the Dreadblade's ability. They do get cooldowns back a lot quicker. Gonna be Mortical into Sindragosa as I think to try to go for some damage versus Yasha. Trying to see if he can set up maybe a potential pistol shot. Gonna be the cloak shot is really early. Certain cooldowns do get back quicker, like Vanish, Grapple Hook, cooldowns, Between the Eyes, Feint with a talent, Evasion with a talent, and Sindragosa just trying to spend comp points as often as they can. Trick it out of the trick it out of the, I was gonna say Death Knight, out of the Warlock. It does end up blasting out the Rogue. Archie with 2 kills, 1 million healing, 1.2 million damage. That's a lot. Hunt умер просто так, чтобы DK убил меня. Теперь играю в Hunter died simple. Something so that DK could take you out. Это не честная играю в. I don't know. I can read a portion of what Archie's saying, but a good portion I'm actually like my Russian has been kind of scuffed. I'm trying to figure out what Archie's trying to say. Пытаюсь понимать, что ты говоришь, Архи, но русский уже чуть-чуть забываю. Hunter умер просто так. Hunter died simple. Hunter died plain, just like that. Чтобы DK убил меня. For the Death Knight to kill him. Это не честная играю. Something about this is like cheap strategy maybe? Cheap играю фу. Это не честная. The Hunter died by himself, that DC would kill me. DC without CD would kill me? Wait, what? DC without CD? Wait, okay, so I think the Hunter basically got all cooldowns out of him in hopes that DK would end up taking him out with full cooldowns. I think that's what he was trying to say. I'm honestly, like, I'm really rusty on my Russian. Really rusty. It's really bad, boys. I don't do it on purpose, trust me. We got it ready? Alright. Yo, if Sentry, Jesus, if you guys want to open up your groups back up, maybe get some variety in here, get some new bodies in here, you guys are more than welcome to, by the way. Toberon, yo. This is... We gotta get Tolveron once in a while. I think it's okay. You know what? As much as I complain about Tolveron sometimes, I'm kind of okay with just arenas being completely randomized, so we don't know who's gonna end up playing. And we don't know what arenas we're gonna get. We'll get some good ones, we'll get some bad ones, but that's why we enjoy the arenas we like. Because we enjoy the good ones so much more, but we do have to see a Tolveron match once in a while. I think it's perfectly normal. Do your parents speak Russian? Yes, Nikolai. Yeah, my mom does. My brother does too. Everybody in my family that's still in Russia speaks Russian. Like, they live in Russia, and they all speak Russian. Like sometimes my mom and me, I speak to her in English, she speaks to me in Russian. So, like, I think it's probably an easy way to communicate, because her English is far from bad. But there are some words that she just doesn't like more technical side of words that she wouldn't really be able to know, but it's easy for her to explain in Russian. Although it's getting to the point where I don't speak Russian that much, that when she gets into the really, really heavy technical jargon, I actually have to ask her, like, wait, what does that word mean? What does that word mean? What does that word mean? So now it's like, oh man, there's a disconnect. The Twitch, there's a disconnect for sure. Gonna be Koopa over on Team 1. Oh, I love that helm. I don't think that helm looks good on anything that undead. Maybe like Night Elf. There's got ourselves Arky, we got ourselves Quetya, so Sejiro gonna be first up, as well as you got... Yes, are you guys really putting Kiosko and Sejiro back up against each other? This is just a mistake right there. These two fight. Oh, Sejiro changing it up. They're playing arms where you're going to be Trinket versus Kiosko. Doesn't go for the stun. Going to be a Warbreaker with the Blade Start to follow Kiosko. Trying to see if he can back up out of the Sejiro with the banner and everything. Got himself Avatar rolling. Is he playing? There's no way he's playing Tormented King's Lego, right? There's just no way. Stun until Sejiro does not have a Trinket anymore. But Sejiro likely could maybe go for a Flush Cut and get some healing. Going to be Kiosko diving into that camo. Sejiro playing up arms is going to mean he's going to have far more damage and be more deadly to Kiosko. A lot more deadly. But he's also going to be more similar to any kind of CC. Got ourselves Sendragosa, we got ourselves Telrian, we got ourselves Jesus, we got ourselves Facile, and what I mean by CC. They're like, lock it down CC and stunned, you're probably going to die. Like, CC is actually going to mean much more. Sejiro get hit with a Steel Trap, charging out towards Kiosko. Is it going to be back up for Kiosko? It's a Freezing Trap. Sejiro's just kind of dancing. It's like, wait, hold on, let me go. Wait, can we do it again? No, can we back up out of there? Just trying to walk backwards. He's trying to use like the Superman strat of like, if I fly backwards, I can turn back time. If I walk backwards fast enough, maybe I can like back up out of this. Back up in time. Warbreaker onto Kiosko could be really bad. Blazer for Sejiro, just immune to any kind of slows. Kiosko backing up out of the Stormbolt was a leap from the Warrior. Trying to see if he can crack right through Kiosko. Get a big procs. There's going to be Steel Trap stopping him, places him. But Sejiro not getting attacked. I think he's going to just recover in health. Does Kiosko understand it? I think that Steel Trap is going to put bleed on him. But Sejiro is not playing defensive stance, but looks of it. Big Trinket coming down to Sejiro. Maybe going to reflect with the... Oh, the big explosion Trinket. And Kiosko switching around. Wait, is he? I saw an explosion. I don't know if it was like an explosive shot or it was a grenade. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. My money's on the Hunt. Yeah, the Hunter does have a lot of CC. Playing Ramsbury, you do reduce a lot of that longevity, but you do have a lot faster of a game. Honestly, that could have been anyone's game there. Cheap shot onto Kiosko. As Koopa goes in for the opener, it's going to be a freezing trap as Koopa trying to go for some damn. He's got his hand out, had the pistol ready to go. Did he just go for the Ventier burst versus Kiosko though? Are you Ventier? I'm not even sure. Hopefully he didn't just go for like the full burst just now with Dreadblades. Which, by the way, Dreadblades don't even show up on cooldowns. You just have Adrenaline Rush and Blade Rush. Sap? Wait, how do you land a Sap? How do you actually land a Sap? Getting some comp points off the pet. Trying to see if he can slice through Kiosko. Kidney shot. Kiosko. Oh, there goes the flagellation. Yeah, there goes the flagellation. Does Koopa Trinket this? This is your cooldowns. Oh no, he's just gonna sit it. There goes flagellation. Stun to Koopa. Does Trinket out of evasion up and running. That's gonna be a big chain. Not chain harvest. But a Chakram. This Kiosko took a lot of damage. That flagellation is still doing a lot of work. Koopa just absolutely immune to the physical damage of Kiosko. He's dodging all of it. Kidney shot to follow. Does Kiosko have enough? I think there was a grenade by Kiosko maybe? Or was it a explosive shot? Does he get the explosives? He's supposed to Lego? Okay, here he is. Okay. Because it felt like, honestly, the Death Chakram, I couldn't tell if it was playing explosive Lego or not. So Kiosko even went for a more damage Lego, which I kind of like. Faster games that way. I do like it that Hunters now have like a Covenant Ledgers that at least looking good for them. You know? Like it looks like they might be playing Ventier. It looks like they're playing Ventier right now. They're actually starting to like consider, oh, you know what? Craven Stratagem, I kind of need it defensively. However, damage-wise, Ventier and Necrolord are actually quite good. Koopa, Skulking around, trying to see if he can find Kiosko. He's just hoping he doesn't walk over any of those traps, because that could be really bad for him. As Kiosko does get himself full recovery, Koopa hopefully should have a sippy cup rolling in. Does get himself a heal recovery. Gotta be Kiosko with a full flesh scrap as she's trying to recover all of the damage she's taken. Koopa is gonna have Kiosko picking up the eye. Definitely knows where. Wait, did it pick up the? Wait, you get picked up the eye and you can stay in camo? Wait a second. Kiosko picked up the eye and it stays in camo? Wait, does it do nothing? No, he definitely knows where Koopa was at. I think he was definitely just trying not to give it away. Harpoon onto Koopa. Koopa with a gouge. Does he have the calm points? Could potentially generate calm points from the pet. Stun to Koopa could be really bad. Needs a cloak or something. Big damage. Oh, Kiosko with that trinket, that grenade. That's what the game is going to be. This is the nerf version too. He just 100-0'd him with a single stun. That grenade trinket just does all the work. Koopa just didn't have a trinket. I think the stun comes back faster than the 2-minute trinket, doesn't it? Man, I did not get the eye. You did not? It looked like you did for a second. I swear to God, it looked like you did. But I guess you didn't. Weird. I don't know. I guess I got that wrong. Chat, he didn't get the eye apparently. It looked like he did. Because I'm seeing like there's an eye and there's none there. But I don't know what's going on then. Yasa charging out. Hugging the pillar where Kiosko's at. And Kiosko not in camera just yet. Gonna be Yasa porting. Does this disappear? Really? That's crazy. That's weird. Does it normally disappear? Gonna be a stun to Kiosko. Gonna be a freezing trap. But Yasa, Kiosko doesn't get hit with a mortal coil. That tyrant is blasting out the hunter. Kiosko diving into vanish. Into a camo. One of the pets knows where he's at. Wait, the pet is totally cheating. This Rathguard knows where you are. He knows your tricks. He's like, I've done this multiple times. For all you know, this Felguard is just like some old warrior soul or something. They just corrupt and turned demon. He's been hunting hunters all day long. All his life. He's now a demon. For all you know. Kiosko having the wolves leap out at him. It looks like Yasa does not play the Dreadbite build. So I wonder what kind of build he's playing. Maybe a Fell Storm build. Stun onto Yasa with a big death chakra. Should be a lot of big damage onto Yasa though. Double explosion from the pets. Chimeric Poison silence him as he goes for his fear onto Kiosko. Trying to set up a decimator bolt into a stump. Kiosko could be in bad time. It's going to be a flesh craft. No interrupt by Yasa. It looks like he does play the interrupt though, but does use it a little late. Decimator bolt. Kiosko feigned death at the last second. I think it might have reduced the damage from Decimator Bolt, from Demon Bolt, empowered by Decimator Bolt. I keep not confusing those two. It's like I know which one I want to say, but I say the wrong one. Massive Bolt afterwards by Yasa. I think one more to go. Big acceleration for Kiosko, just to give himself a little bit of heal to work with. Definitely going to be rough against this Warlock. Definitely going to be rough. Fear out of Yasa. Or at least trying to attempt to fear Kiosko. Potentially. Kiosko goes for a freezing trap on the pet. I love how the pets use shovels, by the way. That is hilarious. Yasa with a couple more instants. Gonna be a steel trap meeting him. Kiosko needs to find a way just to burn right through. Maybe with just the poisons and grenades. Just to burn and sift right through him. The Fleshcraft shield that caramelized around Yasa. But the Warlock, before that happens, is going to go for Chimeric. Trying to go for a cast, but the Chimeric Poison stops him. Going to be the Trinket. Big explosion into Yasa. Doesn't go for stun to Kiosko. Sets up a Decimating Bolt. Going to be big Demon Bolt to follow. Trying to go for Fear to Kiosko. Going to be drain life on that pet. As he's looking for that recovery. Not super high dampening just yet. So Yasa can do a lot of healing. Kiosko will full damage burst ready to go. Yasa goes in to think for Warlock Hellstone. Kiosko does back up out of there for a second. He has a freezing trap on that pet, going to be drain life on his pet. And Yasa just kind of out in the open by himself, trying to set up some damage. Kiosko is going to be porting out. As he was trying to go for more Demon Bolt damage. But he was dotted. Kiosko diving into that camo with a faint death, manic bandages, trying to recover health as fast as he can. Yasa, on the other hand, being as productive as possible. Trying to practically pick up eyes, maybe even send the pet over to Kiosko. Hunter more getting set up. Maybe Yasa can go for a Fleshcraft unless he's already tried to. But if he has a defensive, he might be able to make it work. Kiosko sitting out. Poking some dots, poking some chakrams over at Yasa. That Chimeric Poison, as long as Yasa can avoid the silence effect during his burst, he'll be okay. Try and get it set up. Does he have a second time for Kiosko? Potentially maybe big damage. Mortal Coil to follow. Decimator Bolt. Does he have any more damage? Gonna be freezing to Yasa, but I think the pet still might have Kiosko unless he gets something for those pets. Flash Captain just to catch up on health. It's going to be turning around the corner. It's going to blast out through the shield. Those pets are still doing work to that shield. Kioska with an acceleration. That Flash Cap does get reduced completely. But Kioska is still alive. He's still surviving. He's still kicking. Got himself a little bit of health over time as well. Yasa back up to full though. That's going to be Kioska still under a ton of pressure. 9 minutes of the duel. The dampening really starts rolling in. Manic bandages. Yasa, I think, hit with a steel trap is going to get a demon bolt over a Kioska. Trinkets as he gets hit by the chakram. Potentially Kioska could maybe go for like a setup with the trinket. With a big trinket. Going to be a full Abas down for Yasa. Got a lot of faster cast. Decimate bolt gets set up for Kioska. Does feign death for a second. Decimate bolt trying not to get interrupted. And almost. He should have maybe let a Decimate bolt happen. Trying to go for flash grip. Kioska just is going to be unable to break through defense for a while. At least he can stop the pet in place with the freezing trap. Trying to get his health back up as fast as possible. Again, just trying to avoid these pets when he can. Yasa get himself a fresh set of cookies. But Kioska keeping the pet and Yasa in combat the whole time. Look at your reposition. And Yasa get himself full flash craft. I don't really know how you could beat the Warlock in this case. Kioska does end up diving into camo though. So maybe recuperating and get himself back a little bit of health, a little bit of that recovery might be a lot more helpful here. This is a little bit of that recuperation, a little bit of rejuvenation. Try to see if you can maybe swing over. I think maybe get a Warlock health stone from his team. Gonna be Decimate Bolt getting set up. Yasa getting stunned up. Kioska could be in big trouble. That next burst out of Yasa with full Decimate Bolt, instant cast Demon Bolts. Could be really hard hitting. Demon Bolt 1, Demon Bolt 2. Kioska trying to feign death for a second. He's still under a lot of pressure. Another Demon Bolt to follow. Super low on health. The pet, if he stuns him right now, it could be really bad. Only a charge trap to stop the pet. Kioska trying to recover as much as possible. Stun. It's going to be Trick and Turtle. He's doing whatever he can to survive the pressure out of the Warlock. Yasa, seeing this pet getting frozen, trying to get a curse onto Kioska, or maybe just trying to get a curse on the pet at this point. Just as long as he keeps the pet in combat or Kioska in combat, this is going to be fine. Kioska does recover with a flesh cap. This is going to be able to swipe out with a quick raptor strike on the obelisk. Definitely was taking that thing out whenever possible. So far, Kioska has been a trooper. He's surviving. Second stun by the pet could be really deadly. That's going to be a full Tyrant up. Kioska, again in trouble. Getting slowed down. The Tyrant has him out in the open. You got to stop the Tyrant right now. That thing is going to just cast into you. It's going to be this roll set it up. I think it's going to be over. Oh my goodness. And Yasa has the biggest Demon Bolts ready. Jesus better be careful. Jesus be praying to Jesus right now because these could be some of the hardest hitting Demon Bolts. Yasa got that execute damage on the Hunter. Oh my god, Jesus is just done. He does AMS the last second, but that AMS barely surviving. That AMS is like, please put me back in your pocket. Never take me out against those Demon Bolts. That was too much. Decimated. AMS consumed a full Demon Bolts. It was like, that's too much. I'm full. I can't do it. Too much food. Normally, AMS the shield just absorbs the magic damage taken, but this one is just popped. Just absolutely got destroyed. It's supposed to be anti-magic shell, but he got almost anti-magic shelled. Anti-magic shell. Big demon. Oh, another execute. Yasa sets up another execute. Whoever's going up next, again, be extra careful. Gonna be Sindragosa. He's got the flesh cap. Yasa just needs like a setup. And that flesh cap is gonna go bye-bye in a single global. My goodness. Shot, ambushed by the rogue. Gouge onto the pet. Yasa with a wall. Cloak of Shadows by Sindragosa immediately. Yasa's casting follow. Gonna be a fear onto the rogue. Does he have a big Decimate Bolt? He has at least one. He got at least one in the back pocket. Maybe he just goes for one right now. Demon Doggers are in. Trying to walk away. Kidney shot into a axe toss of Sindragosa. Yasa, I don't know if he has a mortal coil. I think that Demon Bolt is gone though. I think that Demon Bolt is gone. I think that is a cast. Oh, it's still there. No, while you see the green thing circling around Yasa, you know it's there. Could be huge. Rogue does land the interrupt on the shadow, on the fear. That's it, super low health. Looks like Sindragosa does wait out until he waited out until the Demon Bolt burst. It was gone. Huge. Actually massive. Gonna be Kocha up next with a binding shot. Sindragosa goes for recovery behind the pillar. Hey guys and girls, do you know how to make your UI bigger in Battle.net? It's super frustrating how to fix this issue. Peyton, remind me after this duel is over to show you how to do. I can do it. As soon as this duel is over, I can show you. Playing arms, appreciate. Yeah, I gotta give him credit. So Jiro playing arms and Fisker playing like a damage build. I think it makes the duels more fun. Arms gonna do this by dampening. Yeah, arms definitely does have a hard time in dampening. Hunter's Mark gets up to Dragosa, but he has no idea where the Hunter is at. Big death shock him as he goes for a blind immediately. Trying to see if he might be able to get a trinket out of him. Gonna be a vanish. But Dragosa has a Hunter's Mark. The pet, the spider is still going at him. Why is spider? Yo, I know it's like a Zereth Mortis like geometrically put together spider. Almost looks like a toy, but I have a fear of spiders, bro. Can you not use that pet? I do have a irrational fear of spiders. I have no idea why. Scatter onto Zaragoza with aim shot to follow. The rogue might be in back trouble. Gonna be evasion as he might be able to dodge a couple of hits from Zaragoza. The best are attacking the campsite for a second. Gonna be the turtle shell out of Kachachi. Boycha. Which I think his name is kind of like cat. I think his name is like cat-like. Gonna be a couple of center strikes. Maybe pistol shots. Does gun him down. Araki charging out. Doesn't want to let this rogue recover at all. This is going to be Earth Elemental. Cloak Shot is up for Dragosa. Does catch himself a reset. I wonder if that was a shadow meld or not. But the rogue is trying to get himself a reset. Sap and Arki trinkets out of it. Wait, Arki could just get CC'd completely. Static Totem. Rogue has nowhere to go. Most likely going to be a stun totem after. Big zap as Rogue tried to get out. And Arki does slam it down. Ooga Booga style. Just slams it on the ground anyway. Quick Sunder. Quick Sunder. Didn't commit too many cooldowns except for a trinket, which I don't know if he might need one against Kelrion, because this man does not run stuns unless I'm wrong on that one. Hey Dal, I was wondering if I could join next. All of you guys are welcome to join next one. Anybody and everybody is welcome to join the duels. You don't need rating, you don't need gear. As long as you just are willing to face some of these big boy duelers in the arena, you're always welcome. All of y'all are welcome. Anybody and everybody is welcome to duels, man. Vanish doesn't break this target. Okay, game. I think Vanish is supposed to, but so the way that works, Jorgen, I think they kind of screwed up Vanish since WoW or Mr. Pandaria. I think since Legion's been kind of weird. Like you vanish and they kind of see you for a second before it's gone. It used to be Vanish. As soon as you vanish, you're immediately broken target. Immediately can't see him. But if you're close next to them, when you vanish, you will be able to see you for like half a second. So if they use an ability fast enough, they can still hit you. It is weird. I hate how it broke it. Charion backing up out of there as soon as Arhi sends some ghostos. I haven't got bullied, remember? Yo, Wolf, you guys are still more than welcome to, man. Hey, that's how you get better at duels. You duel these big boys. You try to see how well you can play. And you give it your best shot. Anybody and everybody is welcome, always, man. I'm never gonna deny anybody from joining duels based on like rating or CR or whatever. All you guys are welcome every single time. Tarion getting blasted out by Ellie Blast could be really bad. Does go for a bit of that enraged regeneration. Try to see if he can put pressure rolling versus Archie as he activates. Reckless says Archie does go for that damage reduction trinket for magic damage reduction, reducing at least I guess the Night Fade damage. Tarion getting Archie solo. Doesn't even execute him, just chops him up with a Blade Storm. My goodness, there's so much damn. Taking him out, Kioska with 2 kills. Since Dragosa getting to Yasa, just absolutely demolishing with them Demon Bolts though. Really well done. Really, really well done, boys. Let's get another duel up and running, boys. Yeah, let's get another one going. I like it. I like these duels, boys. Hey, so let's see if we can get, do I just find a group? Yeah, I'll show you how to join in. Yo, Jesus, Sentry, do you guys want to like open the group up for some new players, some new faces? You know? By any chance, maybe Ragnarok is more welcome join, or anybody else more welcome join in. Let me show you how to. First of all, Peyton, this is how you increase your UI size. So like if you look at my UI, it's pretty small, like pretty tiny. If you go to System, oh, Arhi got openings on the Horde. Arhi has 2 openings if you guys want to join in. Arhi got 2 more. So you have this graphics, UI scale. So this way you can like change. So you can either like take it off, so your UI will set up to your monitor's resolution. So mine is 1080 and a pretty big, kind of biggish monitor, so it'll be kind of small. Or you can press UI scale and scale it to whatever you want it. You can be like super big, kind of in the middle of the pack. This is what usually I have mine at 0.8. But for duels, I make it as small as possible, so then the UI could be, it works better like that with health bars on the sides. So that's how you can like move that bar. Some people, what's up? How you doing, my man? You want to join us for some duels? We got some EU ones right now. Ragnarok or anybody else wants to join in. You guys, if you want to join the 5V5 1v1 duels, we have a pin in the chat on how to do it. Or player versus player, premium group, custom PvP, find a group, top number 5 at the top, hit enter, and make sure on EU all your filters are on. So you can join a group with Sentry. Looking for 2 more Horde boys if you guys are more than welcome to. I'm Horde? Well, welcome to today. We got EU duels. Tomorrow we got NA duels. Yo, Dal, there are a ton of class tunings on Wowhead. Really? Class set tunings today? Oh. Element Shaman class tuning. Wait, there's actually a lot. Wait, you're right. We're currently following an adjustment in Elemental Shaman. We should attempt to make a live scheduled weekly maintenance Tuesday, March 8th in this region. Storm Elemental Gust of Wind gain from casting Lightning Bolt has a maximum stack of 10. Additionally, if you cast Storm Elemental again while having Storm active, the Wind Gust buff will be reset. Oh! To maintain the ability to maintain Storm Elemental during long duration allows for extended periods of lightning bolts with a cast time less than 0.6 seconds. Leslie reported this is uncomfortable to play and only might really pose significant ability concern. For that reason, we would rather entirely avoid having to class out a lot of cast times that short and avoid similar problems in the future. Wow, they nerfed it. Druid class tuning. Balance. 20% effect instead of 25, and the costs are Synergy of Balance. What's up, Balance? Actually made it perform a bit higher than intended. No way! Oh my god! Wait, they got buff Feral. Wait, Feral buffs, boys. Let's go! The Feral. Sickle of the line reduces cooldown by 0.7 seconds. It's gonna be a faster berserks. That's good. Sickle of the line damage is good by 25. Yo, that thing was like 3% of your damn. This is a good change. We really appreciate the feedback for Feral set. We should take some time to explain the changes. We were previously tuning this bonus. We took multiple things into account. The synergy of the set with legendaries, synergy with the Feral kit, the AoE component, or the lack thereof. The Cross Feral doesn't have any AoE. Big Feral buzz, boys. Since then, we made adjustment in PTR testing. We've gotten the chance to incorporate a great deal of feedback, which is like, yo, this thing does no damage now. Please buff it. Feedback to look at the fresh numbers, and we found that as players rightly called out, there was a disconnect on how impactful this bonus was in situations such as single target counters. Yeah, this tier set became basically null in single target. Our goal with this change is to give the Feral being strong option for single target while increasing their AoE output. We'll continue to actively watch discussion about this. We want to say thank you for feedback. Appreciate community patience. Unholy Death Knight class tuning. Set bonus immunity deal 10% increased damage instead of 5. Baseline. Soul Repair buffs up to 50! Bro! Oh, big buffer on Holy Death Knights! Another tier set bonus attempt to differentiate spec from Frostbite Amplifying Snitches, strong windows of single target bursts, and high value execute damage. The initial damage shooting of the bonus was still low to make it on that promise. 50% more damage for your pets is gonna be nuts. That's gonna be awesome. Beast Mastery. Yo, this is the one we were looking for. The 4-piece changed. Why are we looking for groups, you guys? So we're looking for groups, by the way, for Century, but I just wanted to look at the changes. Beastmaster tier 4-piece tier set get changed completely. We intended for them to make live schedule maintenance on Thursday, March 8th in this region. Set bonus now reads: Kill Command critical hits empowering next Cobra shot or multi-shot increases the damage and cooldown reduction of Cobra by 40%, or cause a multi-shot to grant 6 seconds of Beast Cleave. So they basically brought it back to where it was, but now made it work with multi-shot. So this still makes it kind of whatever for single target, but much better in AoE. So they didn't really change it much. AoE improved a ton. This is really good. This will give you more Cobra shots, more kill commands in general. This is really, really good. Functionality of 4-piece: when you kill command, critical strikes empowers your next either Cobra shot with this functionality causes multi-shot to empower Beast Cleave. This shall allow you to focus more on barb shot, Cobra shots, and kill command AoE situations, or less about multi-shot. This is really good. This will make spec feel so much better to play. We're at Paladin buffs. Hold on, we're looking at Affliction Warlocks and Fury Warriors. So not every class, but looks like they're just rolling out. This might not be the last ones either. I'll take a look at the blue post in a moment. Affliction Warlock hero said, Malefic Capture damage is increased by 25% instead of 15%, and Shadow Bolt has a 30% chance, Drain Soul has a 20% chance to make Malefic Capture cost no shards. Was 10, respectively. Okay, so this is buffed. This is buffed. Affliction side bonus wasn't probably enough impactful reward, and execute its mechanic. The increase should increase the throughput of Affliction tier set, and we hope the changes its output. So I wonder, I'm pretty sure it might make Malefic Capture a little bit better in like cleave fights. I don't think it'll make it the best in AoE, but it does make it a little more impactful, because it was like, well, when you hit in like, what, 5 targets, you ignore this. You don't really try Malefic. Maybe we'll get Drain Soul procs on Malefic for free, but you kind of ignored it. Now you might not completely ignore it. That's a good change. Fury Warrior. Rage Blow damage reduced to 10. Whoa, way too good, huh? Apparently way too good for this trait. Apparently way too good. The stream often you can show me after the stream. To increase the size through Battle.net app. Could you show me how to increase the size on the Battle.net app? Wait, Peyton, I can share right now. Peyton, look at me, look real quick. Pop on the stream. I'll give you a couple seconds. Peyton, I'm gonna show you how to change the UI, how big UI gets, or how small UI gets. you head over to, why do I have a lot of MS? Actually, I'm EU, that makes sense. System, UI scale, make sure it's enabled. You can drag this dial anywhere you want to drag it, hit apply. My UI is really big. Drag it down to like, I don't know, 0.8. My UI is kind of small. This is more or less what I play at. And to make my UI tiny for the duels, so that the health bars display on the left and right side, I make it really tiny. To enable UI scaling, that's it. That's how you do it. You want to make UI bigger. This just increases your overall UI, all aspects of your UI. And I think I set mine at 1.0 for like certain WoW when I'm trying to display stuff. I found this is easier than having to find a screenshot for abilities or certain stuff. You just gotta have it on screen. Battle.net app. You're trying to make your Battle.net app bigger? Size of their Battle.net app. Like dragging it? Is that what you mean? How to make the Battle.net bigger? I mean, I kind of put my mouse over to the corner and it gives me like that arrow icon, and you can just kind of drag it, make it bigger. Other game, thank you though. Okay, when you said, I thought you said UI. But yeah, this is what I do. Does that help? Like log in, like, yeah, the log in, like log out. Wait, you mean like these buttons are like really tiny for you? Is that what you mean? Like these buttons are really, really tiny? Try to understand him a little better. Fury was STRM plus for the week. The Blizzard insta shot them. Majors of Duels allowed to be the best. That helped me. Thanks, no problem. 4.5. Alright, set your looking for +1 on the Horde. Then go to the login. So like log out, then go to login. Oh, log out of Battle.net and log in. Show me the UI. So that'll have my email information and stuff. I'm not sure if I want to do that on stream, Peyton. But like you're saying that UI for you is really small. I have no idea how to change that. Yeah, the UI of Battle.net, have no idea at that point. No clue, my guy. Wish I could help at that point. So Warrior, what did it do? Rage and Blow, damage reduced to 10%, was 15. Duration of records granted was 3 seconds with 4 seconds. We're currently working on an adjustment for fewer words that bonus with Glory Ledger, which is to make live scheduled weekly. Glory, Necrolord, Rune Power, the amount of rage spent to extend Conqueror's banner increased to 30 instead of 20. Oh, I guess they were getting too much. You can blur it all out. I have no idea how to do that. I don't know how to do it on stream, my guy. Your tier set will stronger than intended when reducing the power of both the 2-piece and the 4-piece to better fit the goal bonuses. The addition will be increasing the amount of rage acquired to extend barrier duration while the Glory Ledger is equipped. The overall uptime on Conqueror's banner and World Legend set bonus and conduits were much higher than we intended. We hope that these changes will all feel all Covenant Fury Warrior remains intact. So they're trying to basically make other Covenants a little stronger, don't they? Made a boo-boo on an RP server, a private server. Wow, I loved them. One of my characters got blamed for something. They won't play in a private server ever again? Really? What the? Private server? RP server? What RP servers do RP? That's actually a great question. Yeah, Peyton, I don't really know what you mean then when it comes to like log out, log in, like it's tiny. Because I don't really know how to... I guess you would do the same thing you did, like when in Battle.net app, you would just drag the bottom right, make it bigger. I guess it depends how big is your monitor, Peyton. Right? Depends how big your monitor is. I would have no idea though. But yeah, try the same thing, like whenever you log into the game. Right? Try to drag it, potentially. The bottom right. Maybe. Yeah, that could be helpful. I would have no idea. I don't... Can you actually increase Battle.net, like, UI? Like the UI of the Battle.net app? Like a setting? I have no idea. I guess you could also... I guess you could always... increase your monitor resolution rate? Like upscale your monitor? Which isn't optimal. But that's all I can think of. Are those all the changes too for the classes, or is there more? I want to see if there's more blue posts. That's a lot of tier fixes. That's a lot of tuning. Forums, Blizz Tracker, Hunter tier set fix. Okay, they're just linking in the Hunter tuning or Hunter feedback. Okay, so we only got one for Shaman for the Elemental. Druid, which is a nice buff for Feral. Unholy Death Knight, which is a pretty big buff. Beastmaster is a buff which will make gameplay a lot better. You could resize the login screen and battle it up. You can't? Oh, really? Alright, well, if you can't resize the login screen, then I have no idea. No, I would have no clue, Peyton. When I said UI, I thought you meant like the in-game UI. How we doing, boys? We need to still what? +1 over Team Sajiro. We got a horde group ready to go, boys. With Arhi and Sajiro. Actually, no, Sajiro's not only part of the group. It's Antu instead. But we got one more boy that we need over for the horde group over on the Team EU, boys. If anybody is more than welcome to join Team Horde over for the 5V5 1v1 DUELS over on the region of EU. You guys are more than welcome to. More than welcome join in. Yo, some of these tier set tunings are really, really good. And I won't be surprised if we get even more tuning by the end of the night. I think I'm gonna wait until like about 12:30 or 1 a.m. to start working on my video. Because I'm most likely gonna go over like some of the different buffs and nerfs that happen. Because they nerfed what, the Kyrian legendary for shamans? For the Kyrian Vesper Totem, which was kind of like a surprise. They also nerfed the PvP trinket, and class-wise, I think they buff Warrior Prop by 6%. Hey, Dala, your streams are going to be in trouble to keep up. Good stuff, you simulated, my man. Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Monk bows? What do you think, Dal? I don't see any, but do I think they should buff monks? I don't know. No roleplaying on WoW ever again. I play retail, that's it. Never roleplaying on WoW ever again. What's wrong with roleplaying on WoW? I mean, if you want to like join a Moonguard. Actually, me and Kren, we were leveling some characters. I think I was leveling character like a warrior for a video. I decided to make him on Moonguard just for funsies. But I was trying to do like I saw a hunter use like basically a debuff that stops him from generating XP inside of battlegrounds. And he's basically running around twinking in BGs without being like a full-blown twink. Because when you twink, you only face other twinks. But you just find a way to twink without twinking, without facing other twinks. He was facing normal players, one-shotting them as a twinked out character. But somebody was playing against non-twink characters. And Trent helped me find a way to figure out how to do that, how to do the twinky thing. So I tried it on the warrior, but he was still somehow earning just a little bit more XP than I expected. So he's not completely reduced XP, he reduced like 95%. They still have a 5% XP gain, so over a BG I was like earning a bit of XP, so I was like, alright, I'm gonna stop that. So then me and Kren were like, well, we're on Moonguard anyway, let's see if there's anybody out here on Moonguard doing stuff. So we went to the Guild Neas area, and apparently there was a group RPing there. So we're like, alright, I guess we'll join in and troll. They didn't like our trolling, so we had to do an escape. And Warthers came in and helped. Because it's like, wait, he saw that me and Kren were in a group. This Moonguard thing. So he joined in to trolling. And then they got really, really angry at us. So we bailed. We're doing like an RP fashion, just messing around the whole time. At least they were taking it super serious. I'm surprised people still take it. I guess there's some really, really serious RP groups out there. They just were really like legit angry at us. Really angry. Mark Rewards, when is going to be the best thing in single target tier set? Yeah, it should be pretty strong. Hopefully it'll be better, right? So small. Yeah, Peyton, I guess the only thing you could do is maybe upscale your monitor resolution at that point. If your UI for like login is really that tiny. Like you're playing your character and making a novel. I mean like you're role-playing your character like you're making a novel. Yeah, I never really been into that. I never really got into that. I used to play on Worm. Yo, my guy, your horse. What is going on with... Oh my god, your horse from a distance. Wait, does this horse just... Okay. The horse stopped doing it as soon as I got close. Oh, he got a group? Yo, Jesus, hopefully you got a group as well. We got another one, boys. Over 4. The EU. Jesus, send Shakun, you guys back up. For the 5V5 1v1 DUELS. Tigers, peak. Game? Is it taking a second? All arenas unknown. Okay, I guess it took a second to load. Weird. Weird. Yo, some of these tier set changes, by the way, are looking pretty juicy. I wonder if they're doing any cause buffs before the Monday, Tuesday. I think that'd be really cool to see. Yo, double shaman, one Zelly. Yo, let's go. We got an elemental boy in here. Hopefully Dalaran doesn't get deceived or nothing. Because it took me a second to get in, so I wouldn't be surprised if you guys deceived as well. Hopefully nobody deceived. Let's hope, let's hope. Let's hope, let's hope. Yo, this thanks for letting me know that there's a tier set changes, boys. These look good. We got a feral buff, which is what's necessary. We got a booming nerf, which was kind of expected, but it's a really fun playstyle. The ESO bandwagon now, really. Is there a big community playing ESO? Because I remember, I know Guild of mine was playing it, but I never really thought the game had like a lot of people playing it. But maybe I got it wrong, though. Never know. Switch. We got us Antu coming back over for the team one as a Retribution Paladin. Sorry, I like the frosty look you got. I like it. We got us Bish in here as well. I like his name. You can make so many jokes out of it. We got Araki, we got us Kocha, we got us Yasem and Kochachi gonna be first up. The Kochachi versus Kiosko, sending out the Hunter's Mark. Kiosko does dive in a camel, but I still think there's a Hunter's Mark on him. Kocha knows he's there. Is setting up a big aim shot. Kiosko doesn't even know a big aim shot to follow. He almost dodged it. I think he saw a hard aim shot on him, and he was expecting it. Binding shot around the corner. I think Kiosko was able to dodge it. Unless Kiosko is the one with the binding shot. I doubt it, though. Kocha most likely used it. Going to be a disengage for Kochachi. It looks like he's going to be backing up out of the manic advantage for Kiosko. Looks like Kocha not playing with a pet. He's actually going lone wolf. Actually, yeah, I see it. Wait, no, that's his raptor. That's his raptor. That is his pet. I was going to say for a second, like maybe he's not playing with a pet. I know the hunters sometimes used to not play with a pet. Like he'll play Kyrian, no pet, 10% more dam, big rapid fire, just riddle him with bullets, riddle him with arrows. Ridiculous good burst, but not as much anymore. At least in PvP. Kocha just trying to keep Kiosko at bay as best as they can. The pet is going to be attacking him, trying to get his pet over there as well. Grenades exchanged, but the flash guy's still holding strong. Kiosko does go for feign death per second. That is going to be an explosive shot on him. It looks like Kiosko is not playing the Craven Stratagem Lego either. As Kocha trying to see if he can get around the corner. Big. Got a shot out to Kiosko, but I think the pet broke the scatter, which is super unfortunate. And Kocha just gotta have to wait until he finally has line of sight. Double tap ready to go. He does need to kind of push up towards Kiosko at some point. Kiosko just trying to avoid that double tap completely. Trying to see if he can disengage around the corner. Kiosko is actually gonna wait and get himself a reset. I lagged real bad. Kocha up against finds Kiosko. Is gonna be a big explosive shot together with a death shocker that continues to do damage. And Kiosko as well as Kocha going for a bit of fleshcraft. I just lagged. Huh. Weird. I guess it's because I'm not a U. But Kiosko trying to stay away from Kocha is going to exchange some dots in there. Rapid fire flying for Kocha. As he got himself a battle match trick, it's going to be a big scatter shot into an aim shot. Kiosko does go for the stun right before it happens. Kocha could trick out of it. Might just have to quick feign death to remove any of the debuffs that is going to be explosive from the explosive shot generated by the Death Chakram of the Necrolord Legendary. And Kiosko trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of health of his own. Is this man switching out helmets? Swear to God, he had the actual tier set helmet just earlier. But I think he is swapping out Mogs. I don't think the hat looks bad. Looks like Kocha is lagging. Looks like I'm lagging. Kiosko and Kocha both lagging potentially. Huh? So either I am lagging or either both of them are lagging. I really can't tell. But there's definitely some sort of lag in between of this. And I have no idea what's causing it. My stream is doing fine though. So potentially just me lagging to the game. My connection to the game is just all skulled. Gonna be a knockback on the Kiosko. Could be big damage potentially. Kocha just trying to stay on top of him. It's gonna be a feign death. It's grenades meeting. Kiosko might be in big trouble. It's gonna be double tap set up. Kocha wants to go for big damage if possible. Has a big game shot ready to go. Potential rapid fire. Kiosko just needs to find a way to not get juked by the rapid fire. Big range. Kochachi with a stun. I think it's gonna be over. Oh, taking him out. Does get him out of the game. Everyone lagging. Okay, so it is lagging arena. I wonder if it's a problem with the instance or maybe it's like EU servers in general. Either way, gonna be Kiosko. Got himself the full burst still ready. As he had a few more seconds left of the Coordinate assault rolling. Answer charging out at him with a quick blind. Does Answer go and take him down as a big Kyrian? Is gonna go for the big holy damage. Final wreck. Doesn't go for the stun. There's gonna be a trinket out of Kioska. This is gonna be big damage on Answer. Does it go slamming him down? Gonna be a freezing chop. Trinkets out of it. Gonna be flush cap. Does interrupt him with the rebuke. Gonna be Kioska taking a lot of damage. And Answer could might just have him here. Gonna be a big slow. Trying to see if he can mount up. Gonna be no hand of freedom. Does get the hammer in at the very end. Is gonna be able to swing around the corner. I think Kioska might be down for the count. As Anta does end up taking him out. EU? Yeah, EU servers maybe might just be absolutely crashing with the amount of damage that Anta was doing. Have no idea, but hopefully the lag doesn't disrupt these duels any further than it used to. Gonna be a big grippy hand, but Jesus with the A-bomb limb clawing right through Anta, hitting him with a stun for a second. Anta backing up out of there for a second, just trying to see if he can get away. Gonna be that bubble, as he does have to use a big defensive to immune the damage. Power messed up the combo. Maybe it was a lag. I don't think it was a pally messing it up. I think it was a lag. And how whenever like you're playing the game and you're playing like a multiplayer and whenever somebody's losing, they're like, oh, it was lag. Sun was in my eyes. My controller got stuck. You know? The Call of Duty in particular, Halo, that was really bad. I was lagging. There, it was literally your excuse. There, literally everybody lagged. And so, taking a bit of damage from Jesus, looks like the Death is waiting out until he can get himself the big army with the dead joining in. And so, got himself maybe the 18 seconds. He needs to figure out what he can do in 18 seconds. Potentially might have to go for the Wake of Ashes to stun all those pets. This is going to be the Skulkers blasting out at him. The Ghoul clawing at him. Looks at Jesus just waiting it out, keeping Andrew at bay. He sees the Paladin walking him. He's like, you know what? I know this Paladin wants to make some damage happen. A lag, bro. Yeah, really. This time it actually works. I'm serious. Turn evil onto the Ghoul? Is that Ghoul just perma feared then? Or not perma, but like for a full 8 seconds? Is there nothing Jesus can do to like stop the Ghoul from being feared? I don't think he can. Yeah, so that Ghoul's just gonna have to run. So for Jesus, he just needs to wait out until the Ghoul's back. Just back in action. Back ready to go. The Death definitely has a lot of cooldowns ready. I wonder if he's gonna wait until A-bomb limb at this point. Because he waited for a while. Answer is definitely going to have a trick for this one. Shield of Vengeance with wings. It looks like as soon as Answer starts walking at Jesus, going to yoink him. I think he's trying to get him away from the pillar. Trinket by the Paladin. Popping up big cooldown. It's going to be the Ghoul going in for the big chomp. Answer with the final wreck. Stun onto Jesus. Does he go for Trinket? Big damage just pop out of the AMS, AMC, everything. Just take the least amount of damage from the holy damage of Answer. As the Paladin goes in for a Shield of Vengeance. Wings are rolling in. Jesus backing up out of there for a second. He's going to go for the pet sack and a resummon. Answer charging out with a full Shield of Vengeance. He has every defense. It looks like charges out. Trying to get the image of Jesus. Sees a grip and A-bomb limb growing out. It looks like there's still lag continuing to keep hitting these two boys. Answer is going for the blessing of protection. They ain't going to stop nothing when it comes to the shadow damage. I was about to say nature damage because it is like green. But it is shadow damage out of the Death Knight. Jesus got himself full runic power ready to go. I don't know if he's going to go for Death Cold Damn. Maybe if he gets procs. Big Army of the Dead. The Enter might be in trouble. He's going to go for Wake of Ashes. I think stunning a lot. Some of the ghouls, but might be still in big trouble. Jesus does end up clawing him down. Taking him out. Taking him out back. And Bitchy is going to be up next. Kind of waddling Jesus. I think trying to give him a bit of an honor duel. The Silent Shaman is going to see if he can turn Jesus into a bitchy of his own. Going to be a Fade Transfusion into immediate interrupt. The bitchy guy does end up going for a bit of a heal. Going to be a Stormkeeper, setting up big damage. Jesus adds himself AMS, as well as big Stormkeeper setup. Lightning in for bitchy ready to go. But Jesus does basically prevent a lot of that damage with an AMS with this Explosive Chain of Ice. Flash Cup just so he can recover. Bitchy no longer has lightning in his hands. I wonder what kind of Lego this man's playing. Most likely playing the Urshel Lego, isn't he? Trying to drop down the stun totem onto Jesus. Does he not play Lightning Lasso? Potentially. Might not be Lightning Lasso. Lava Bird's getting set up. Gonna be an interrupt as Bitchy trying to go for a bit of self-heal. Does recover a lot of health. Gonna be the Armor Dead joining in. And Bitchy trying to see if he can walk away from it. Knocking the DK back. Gonna be yoinked back by Jesus. Needs to make sure the Chain of Ice slowing down Bitchy so that the Ghouls do all the damage. But the Earth Elemental taunts all these pets. The Earth Elemental is just avoiding a lot of the pet damage. Light Lasso fully on Jesus. Does run down Sky Fury. The Ghoul does go in for a quick gnaw to stun Bitchy. As the Shaman tried to keep himself afloat, this is going to be a stun by the Earth Elemental just to give himself a breather. Quick interrupt on the Bitchy as he goes in for a Lava Lash. lava burst. That's gonna be big zaps ready to go. Jesus with the AMZ, trying to reduce as much magic damage as he can. Yoink and bitchy back to himself over and over. That is gonna be big damage with a stun to follow. Potentially big setup. Does he have an interrupt? He doesn't. Now he does. So bitchy better not go cast in his face, but he might need to. Does he go for a juke? Fate transfusion could be an interrupt on Jesus. Looks like he just walks away from it. Some of the damage does go to Jesus. Does give bitchy a heal. Lava burst to follow, and it's gonna be over. Jesus does end up slamming him out. Arky charging out next. From one shaman into the next as Arky lets out the doggos out for the duel. Jesus taking a load of damage, massive death strike to recover a lot of it. This is going to necrotic out himself with a pact of death, but he's just got no health left at all. As Arky does end up slamming him out of there. Who's up next over for the team 2? We got Fassel up next as we're hitting that 10-minute mark, 29% damage. Really? The duels have been going that long? 10 minutes already? Chat, how does that happen? 10 minutes. Are we lagging again? Oh yeah, we're definitely lagging. Definitely lagging. Wait, back? Are we back? Yo, there's definitely some lag going on. I wonder how much. I wonder if that lag is disrupting like a good portion. Like while these guys are in combat, I wonder if they're lagging in between. I wonder if there's just something that's happening, but we're just not seeing it since everybody keeps trying to play the game, keeps trying to move the character while it's all happening. Decimated Bolt getting set up really early by Fassel as the Ghost was charge in. Arky is going to try to reduce some of the magic damage taken by Fassel. Is going to try to avoid the knockdown by the Fellow Lord. Fassel definitely wants to go for a big setup. Going to be a stun onto all the pets as well as Fassel is trying to go for a wall and Tyrant is going to be Tyrant joining in. But Arky just trying to avoid the magic damage altogether. He has a shield trinket. We're offsetting some of that magic damage. Maybe use that shield trinket way too early. Fassel with a couple of demon bolts back to back. Does not have the decimated bolt set up or anything. Gonna be a stun to Arky. Looks like the pet, the Tyrant starts second the totem. Or maybe just grinding totem, taking all that damage instead. Potential. Actually, I think that might have been what happened. I think it was the totem doing all that damage instead. Stun onto Arky. As he's trying to see if he could waddle towards Fassel again. It's gonna be the pet charging in. Fear does get sheared. And Fassel going to be under a bit of pressure with the Ghost who's joining in, biting out at him. The elemental damage is just going right through his clothy armor. Decimated Bolt loaded back up for Fassel. Arky looking to maybe end this really quickly. Sunder as Fassel drops really low. Trinket for Fassel. He's trying to get a port out. Looks like there's a bit of delay with the portal, so I think the lag is still going to be messing with this game a little. Fassel trying to land a fear. Interrupt last second by Arky. It looks like Fassel is going to be a Storm Strike down. This is going to be Cinder Ghost charging out next. Only him as well as Tarion left over for the team 2. Trying to see if he might be able to deal with Arky. Ghost was not even letting Cinder Ghost do anything. The Alien Blast does send Cinder Ghost behind pretty early on, but Arky is out of mana altogether. Going to be a stun totem around the corner. Flash Cup, the Rogue could maybe interrupted. Does go in to try to land a kick. Stun onto Arky. Does the Rogue have himself a big go? That's going to be a big Trinket down. Arky could be in big trouble. Trinket explodes with a pistol shot. Does go for a wall. A little bit of mana left on him. Could get a healing. 42% dampening. But he does continue to heal as much as possible. Dropping down the Sunfield Totem. This is going to give him a little bit of that longevity. Since he goes to try to use whatever he can from ability just to keep pressure onto Arky. Big zaps coming out for the Shaman. Does get one more heal. Wall not back up. Kidney shot. I think it's over. Unless someone gets a heal. It looks like Chigosa does end up taking him out. Shaman did walk into the duel at the very end without any cooldowns though. So that is really, really tough. Yes, the last one left over for the team 1. Hi dude, dropping a like. What's up, God Jordan? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. What's up, Dayweed? How you doing, my boy? Hope you guys are all having a good one. Yassi and Cinder Ghost have played each other before, but it's going to be as close of an honor duel as you can. But Cinder Ghost is kind of behind in health. At least he got a proper, like, hey, let me get a reset. Let me get the opener on you. At least he's given an opportunity to get a flesh scuff to recover a little bit of health. But also there's this lag that's kind of causing issues. Hopefully that lag won't stop him. Going to be the pet attacking Cinder Ghost really early. I don't know how the pet got him. Going to be the second Felguard summon. Trinket out of Sindragosa with an evasion. Try to avoid the Axe Toss. Going to be an interrupt onto Yasia. As he's trying to set up a Tyrant, it is going to be Tyrant either way. Sindragosa is trying to waddle out of there. With a Vanish, it looks like the pets don't have a target. Yasia picking up the eye. Sindragosa is kind of out in the open. He could send the pets in. I think the Felguard, the summon Felguard, always knows where the rogues are at. He just knows the pets charge back there. The Tyrant is going to be disappearing. Sindragosa still getting chopped or robbed by the pets. It's getting into a really tight situation. Kidney shot onto Yasa. Potentially access around the corner. Does stop the Rogue. No trinket for him for now. This Rogue does have quite a bit of his CC just completely countered with a Mortal Coil sending him running the other direction. Gonna be pets empowered. Sindragosa does go for Shadow Meld. Does get himself a sippy cup. Picking up the eyes, I think. Oh no. Unfortunate. Yasi's pets are back there with the rogue message. Yasi tried to see if he could jump up and maybe get a cast into Sindragosa. Could potentially hit him with at least curse. Gonna be that stun onto Yasa. Does drop down the big trinket. Big damage onto Yasa. Try to see if he can wall it. Cloak of Shadows for Sindragosa. Can't really be CC'd for the time being. It's gonna be fear out of Yasa through that wall. This is gonna go for a bit of drain. I don't know if that drain is gonna help much. Decimate bolt as he's continuing to damage. Flesh Scout. Sindragosa does get himself a charge over to Yasa. Does not have an interrupt. Does have a vanish in case they go bad. Vanishes out with an ambush. Oh, does end up slicing right through Yasa though. So the rogue bringing it back for his team as an outlaw. Played pretty well. I liked how the rogues for outlaw in particular, there's just so much of that like dueler, gouge, kick, shorter cooldowns, vanish, short blind, kind of like, it's like a very, very short CD or shorter CD spec, or at least like deceptively short. Because all the CDs are like 2 minutes, and Adrenaline Rush 3 minutes, but in fact everything's actually much, much shorter than it really is. I always liked that about the spec. Jesus, ready to go. Sentry, ready to go. But actually, I don't know if Sentry is ready. Boys, I think we're going to call it there, though. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you boys for coming. Yo, Sentry, big thanks for making the groups. Yo, Jesus, big thanks for making groups and Alliance. Rogue Duel spec. Yeah, I'd say Outlaw is as close of a dual spec as you can. With shorter cooldown on Feint for defensive, shorter cooldown for evasion for the physical damage taken. Like, it's pretty well set up. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you so much for coming by and joining the duels. I do appreciate it. Yeah, can you check where the world boss is up in Legion? Which boss is up in Legion? Over for EU? It's gonna be Flotsam, at least on EU. NA, maybe also Flotsam. I have no idea how to check unless it's swap on servers. Night King, my boy. Tomorrow, you'll see the duels tomorrow for real this time. Let's go, my guy. Yo, Night King joining in for them. Alliance or Horde duels on NA. Bro, better bring your friends, bro. Bring everybody you know just to make sure we have groups. And maybe even rotate some people and get some fresh faces, fresh blood in there, yeah? Yo, boys, thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate so much watching. If you guys enjoyed this stream, had a good time, give the stream a thumbs up. I would very, very much appreciate it. Also, if you're watching the stream and you haven't subscribed, haven't hit the bell, what are you doing? Subscribe and hit the bell. You're already here anyway, if you're new. Also, tomorrow going to be doing some NA 5V5 1v1 duels. Have some fun with the NA boys. Should be a lot of fun. Night King join in. Even if you are EU, you guys should join in the stream. At least peep it. Support the NA boys and support their duels. Also, peep what Night King is doing, especially if you want to learn Frost DK. That man might have an idea or two of how to max out that Damie. You know what I mean? Boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Super fun hanging out with all of you. You guys had fun. I enjoyed these duels a lot, man. There was so many good games. I do want to hopefully see more variety. Because we had, I think, so many Sajiro versus Kiosko duels back to back. Like Sajiro Kiosko against each other, like back and forth. Fury Warrior versus Survival Hunter. Both playing like I guess Fury Warrior is like naturally defensive as a spec. And then Kiosko, I think at least one of those games he was Craven Stratagem. Is it Craven? Craven Legendary. You know what I'm talking about. The Feint Death Lego. So it was really, really interesting. By the way, hit like all the way out. Elementals. Yo, what's up? Yo, Jordan, by the way, Elemental tier set got nerfed a little. Or actually, their talent is getting nerfed a bit to play better with the tier set. But yeah, it's buffs and nerfs on the PTR are coming out for March 8th. Should be interesting. Should be really, really interesting. Take care, my guy. Boys, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate all of you for coming by. Hope you guys had a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the NA duels, yeah? Be back here tomorrow for NA. I gotta go take a look at the updates. I want to see if they'll do more class tuning before the week is over. I think that could be really, really fun, yeah? Anyway, boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll see you boys in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.